interesting things. Awesome! Radio. I ordered an extra large popcorn and a gallon of Coke. 'Cause I'm a tiny guy and my chick is dope and fat.
It's the Jason Ellis Show.
Cool time.
With Jason Ellis.
Jason fucking Ellis in the house tonight.
Michael Zolli.
Who's the most attractive prostitute in Los Angeles? Bring her to me.
Andrew Bruce.
You wanna play my game?
Kevin Kraft.
Ah, fuck!
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
I'll come on up.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show. The demographic is 25 to 35. That's the max. So when you're 25, you're thinking to yourself, it's probably funny to do a Houdini, right? Are you on the edge of doing a Houdini? You're not really going to do a Houdini, but are you like still when you drink with your friends and you like, do beer bongs or whatever? Do you talk about Houdinis and stuff? It's not cool, man. You're not going to do that. Don't act like you're going to do that. It's not a good look anyway. And you're never going to get to do anything ever again if you do that. Especially in today's society, we'll skin you alive. And you deserve to be. But if you're 35 and you're listening, you've probably done a Houdini or two by now. Now you have no friends. And you're just stuck in a car listening to this shit. I don't think anyone's actually done a Houdini. I think it's like a serious, full, flat-out lie.
The only people who have done almost any of things of that sort is because they wanted to say that they did the thing. There's like nobody who organically thought, you know what would really take this party to the next level is if I rusty trombone this chick. Or dirty Sanchez her or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, because rusty trombone is a full-on technique that tons of people are using every day, all day. But yeah,
poor choice of words.
Yeah, but the other one...
The gimmick shit?
It's not happening.
Yeah, rusty trombone is stock.
Yeah.
Which one is that? Is that where they...
Would you lick your butt and jerk them off?
It's a very natural
That's just hard, dude.
motion. I disagree.
To do to yourself? I mean, if you really work on it, it can be done.
Yeah, I guess I can go down on a chick and fucking play with her clit. It's just the two things at once.
I feel like the licking of the cookie with the finger move is sort of, to me, it's a foolproof. You know, I see a lot of lesbians doing it to each other.
That was natural. The rusty trombone one you'd have to be standing, right?
Nah.
Oh, they just...
That's not maximum butt access.
Yeah, maximum butt access, probably one leg up, one leg down, just to feel a little less gay.
Like a 3-point stance.
It's a gay blocker. You drop a leg and you block the homo.
when you throw both legs up, are you even like...
That's for me, because the cat's out of the bag. I'll throw it up, but
yeah.
but when I first started getting rusty trombones, you got to leave a leg down. That's you don't want to freak her out.
Yeah, straight. That was even for me, like getting my salad tossed before the hemorrhoid surgeries. I wouldn't do it anymore. Now I'm like self-conscious, but like
that's respectable though.
But I never felt comfortable throwing both my legs up. I'd lie on my belly or some shit like that, or I'd stand up.
One time, the hottest girl ever that I'd been hooking up with and just bent over in front of me, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And I was like, man, I'm not...
The hemorrhoid bummed you out.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to not do that when it's right there, plus it wasn't hairy, but still, I was like, whoa, I didn't even know girls had them.
Yeah, it looked like a little noodle.
Stressful being hot.
Just making him look good. How you feeling, Jude? You bouncing back?
I set up something for a stomach doctor, and I just bought like these fucking fancy probiotics that are supposed to help. So I don't know what's it. I feel like I'm gaining a little bit of weight back.
Yeah.
Getting a bit more color.
Okay.
But I'm not
good.
all the way.
Hey, you don't look bad.
You look pretty fat and tan.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you like the fat Mexican of Jude's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Straight up. I was just selling oranges on the fucking.
Oh, man. I was saying you were tan.
Or
But...
El Gordo, as he's known in the business. The
I don't
orange
feel good enough to
business.
smash yet. I haven't had any chicks over or anything.
I've been taking a break on that, too.
Well, I just feel like I don't feel well. Like I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
feel
yeah.
well. So like,
Yeah.
I go home and I just kind of chill once I do this shit.
Yeah, I get that, man. I got some. My chick has been sick and the sinus thing, and she's on steroids now, so she's lifting weights in the backyard and saying she's got crazy migraines. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's a fucking animal. There's animals everywhere. I don't know which one I'm married to. And
She's on steroids?
yeah, full on
Like-
steroids.
Like from the doctor? Or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
This chick I used to date, she got on steroids.
Back knee is crazy right now. No, I'm joking.
It blew her clit up, bro. Like,
Whoa!
yeah, it was like a little. Like I was just saying this other day, it was like it's like a little baby thumb giving you the thumbs up.
Yeah. Andrew was wondering about that yesterday.
It'll blow the clit up. It'll blow your clit up, Andrew.
Yeah, you don't need to say what you were wondering about that phenomenon. There's your answer.
Yeah, I've seen it firsthand. It didn't bum
Who?
me out.
Who? Why are you asking Will about his clit? Yeah, which is, wow, you're going to bring it up again? Super inappropriate. I would have ducked that at all costs. Will's fucking a muscly lady, Jude.
bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped on it. Considering that I have tried for years and failed.
And
He has accomplished in a matter of seconds. He almost didn't bring it up. Oh, yeah, I've been seeing a muscly girl. It's nice. I'm like, okay. And then obviously Andrew made it disgusting, but that's all he's doing. He's seeing a nice lady. He's had coffee. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I'm here to discuss. Nothing inappropriate.
And if she's not like heavy duty on the roids, this girl was like some Miami chick that was dating the fucking.
Will said his girl's jacked. But she's jacked.
Oh,
Right.
naturally, Jack.
Wait, that's what they all say, though. She can't tell you she's on roids until you marry her. She's not going to let you in on the illegal doping until
Right, you know-
until you're locked in.
Something I need to tell you.
She is not Yoda.
Will.
Right.
There's no easy way me to tell you
Roids, I do it.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, just how people love denying steroids. Mark McGuire just said this week that he could have hit 70 home runs without performance
Easily.
drugs. Easily, right. I mean, I
Yeah.
never actually did it, mind you.
Yeah, but
My
he
previous
could have.
record was 49.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I could have.
You guys are idiots.
I
Did
mean,
nothing.
I
Gave me
was-
acne. That's all it did.
Yo, yeah, I don't know. Like I use fucking the dick pills more than I need to. Like to me, that's like doing steroids. It's like bring it like. It's the same fucking theory. Like I'm Barry Bonds in that shit. Like I was a good ball player, but now it just knocks it out the park.
Huh.
Dick pills.
So wait, so now you can't do it any other way?
I can do it other ways.
Oh,
I
okay.
can still do it without dick pills.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like I'll be high half the time, so I'm just like, well, fuck it, just in case. JIC,
What's JIC?
just in case.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I got more back knee than I've ever had in my life because of
Fuck yeah.
the lady I was on lady fertility drugs. I haven't been on them for months, but I'm going tomorrow
Why
to
they have
see
you on lady fertility drugs?
because I had castration level testosterone. The doctor said, and for some reason, lady fertility drugs were the ticket.
Reverses that.
I don't know. They said like they didn't want to put me on heavy duty stuff and this stuff like 50. The guy fully said we don't know why it works. 50% of the time it works, and then when it works, 50% of the time it just goes away as soon as you stop taking it. We'll just see what happens with you before we do anything crazier. And my wife and I were trying to conceive at the time, and it was also the only thing that doesn't inhibit that they
Right,
get for
right.
men with castration level testosterone. And
Does
now
that bum you out when you hear that shit? Like, did you feel less of a man?
I don't know, dude. Maybe I just like suppress these things so deeply, but no, I don't have a whole bunch of my identity tied up in that shit. Like I had a fucking baby accidentally.
Right. So clearly,
Whatever it is works, and I went from being let's assume at some point I was normal, or maybe I never was. I feel like I have like pretty average sex drive. At times, maybe even above average. You know.
So it wasn't coming out anywhere else. It was just
No.
like Doc was like, "Hey, by the way."
Technically, this is what. Yeah, like I was very sex driven. I was very sex driven in like my 20. When I was single and shit like that. I love to just go out and be single and mingle and shit like that. But now I have to go tomorrow and get tested and see where my levels are, because I better not have castration level testosterone again, because I have the back knee of a Vera DeMilo.
That's a song. I mean, I know that's a lot of words, but it's a very aggressive song.
Yeah, it's like a Godspeed, Dark Emperor song, or whatever, Black Emperor.
No, you can tell you listen to a lot of metal, Jude. You heard of Godspeed, Kevin?
It's
That's a band. Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Yeah, Godspeed You Black Emperor.
it was like weird, like mood.
No, I remember it. It was good. Yeah.
All
That was
kind
good.
of. Yeah, they were right there with "Then You'll Know Us by the Trail of Dead." Right.
What was the song
You
called?
know that dark shit.
Yeah.
You know you own a piece of John's soul.
Yeah. People have told me that before, and I have remarked on that on social media. I'm aware of it, and it's a bad person to have a piece, but
You can throw it out.
I'm a guy that keeps souls.
There you go.
If I get one, I never let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I do enjoy knowing that I have that.
Bought it for $5 for you. That's it.
Yeah, look, I don't like how you bring up how cheap it was, but still, it's a piece of someone's soul, and that's what I care about.
You can't put a price on it.
I don't understand.
Thank you, Jude. You
I don't
cannot.
understand what you're talking about. So you're saying John has a soul?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. He sold it for $100 on our show.
Yeah. Cheap, soulless son of a bitch.
So it sold to the intern, and then she quickly flipped a couple pieces.
She subletted it.
Yeah, she sublet a piece of his soul.
Well, what was
Bummed him out.
what was he doing with it anyway?
Nothing.
Cheating.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Cheating son of a bitch. Low life. Yada yada.
You still think he was cheated on the rap contest?
I know he did.
Really?
Yeah, and he admitted it. I know he
Really?
did. Yeah.
What do you admit it?
He called a guy, your guy, some guy that was on your show that now is like in trouble or something.
Oh, Paige.
Yeah. So apparently he called that guy, got some advice. So did Jude call anybody? No, I mean, sorry, did Andrew call anybody? No, he did not. That's what we do. We fucking come
Because he doesn't know
straight.
any black people.
Man, I feel like I want to defend him so hard right now, but I feel like he might be fucked.
He doesn't know any black people.
Do you know any black
How many
people?
black people are in your phone right now?
Oh shit.
There
Oh,
you go.
dude. Okay.
Oh yeah, he plays basketball.
Did you just
Yeah,
say that to?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, then you do got black friends.
Yeah, you could.
Ah.
Ball in front of him.
Hey.
I forgot. You can't crack that joke on 6'7", motherfucker.
Right.
You know he balls somewhere.
He's black adjacent.
Yes, it's Andrew. Remember the white guy. There's a threat right there.
You're from the suburbs outside Chocolate City. I will repeat. You are black adjacent.
Yeah. Vanilla Park.
I should have got to see Vanilla Sky again. Son of a bitch. Hey, that movie's real good, huh, Kevin?
Vanilla Sky?
Oh, did he go to a meeting? No, not Vanilla Sky. Sorry, I did two things at once. I do that. The Super Troopers.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
You think it's the funniest movie you've seen in forever?
In a while, yeah.
Wait, the old... There's
Nah,
a
new one.
Oh,
It's
there's
not
a
out
new
yet.
Super
But he
Troopers.
saw it last night.
They crowdfunded a sequel.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was a little nervous going in because I did really like the first one, and it was fucking solid.
Yeah, he's pumped on it.
I'm glad to hear that.
Me too.
I didn't think the commercial was all that funny, but I'm glad to hear that the commercial is maybe not representative of the product. I love those guys.
I didn't watch the commercial because they put out one of those videos where they say fuck and stuff. And usually when they do that for comedies, they ruin all the good jokes.
Right.
in the trailers.
Yep.
So I don't know what they showed. in the
Smart.
trailers, but
Gotcha.
yeah, they-
Yeah, I saw a TV ad, so I saw
Sometimes when the
shit.
trailer's too good, I'm like, they just put every good fucking part of the movie in
Yeah.
1 minute. 'cause
Especially
they-
lately, because everyone's so fucking good at editing, they can just smash the whole thing in. You're like, man, I've done ones where I'm like, man, I was going to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
But
then you
I,
Yeah.
I feel like he just gave me the whole thing. I'm
Yeah,
out.
halfway through the trailer, I was sold.
Yeah.
Now I don't need to go anymore. You know what? I kind of don't even blame him because there's so much goddamn competition right now. They have to throw everything that they have at you. Can you imagine? Like, how pissed would you turn it around? How pissed would you be if you were a filmmaker or a star or a studio, put the money into it, and you made this great fucking thing, but you just held it back so it would be revealed to the viewer and you didn't put it in the trailer, and then nobody went to the goddamn movie. It's fucking tough. It sucks because I feel the exact same way. We've had that experience on the show many times where we're like, awesome, cool, oh, plot twist, oh, another plot twist, oh, now he's making up with the guy he was fighting with a minute ago. I'm pretty sure that's the movie.
Yeah, no, another twist and I'm out.
Yeah.
We have somebody on the phone who went out with a girl on steroids. Hello, Adam. We're great. How are you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God! No one has ever explained fucking somebody any harsher than this guy right now. I have never fucking heard more of an insult to a human being than this motherfucker right now. He just called in to tell us his ex-girlfriend's roided pussy is like a horse eating out of your hand.
If that girl's listening right now, she's gonna kill herself.
That's the biggest insult in the history of insults on a lady. Congratulations, sir. You're an asshole.
Wow,
Well, there's two sides to every story. She's probably all like, nay.
Jesus, dude. Yeah. Man, if I was him, I would move to another place in Canada. I just ratted him out. He's in Canada.
Man, I
He
have...
told on himself. You can tell by that accent.
That is wild to... When he first realized that it started to feel like a horse nibbling in his hand.
Eating oats, if you will. Eating oats.
I mean, I don't know why, dude. I guess I got to be the first to admit it, but I want to put my dick in it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what is that? Is it live? You know what I'm saying? Well... What? I already got the last bit of that.
About fucking a horse.
Yeah, right? Was that get yourself a horse? Okay. Whew.
That's cool, bro. You can go do that.
I've seen videos of that. Of kids being introduced to donkeys. Yeah. And that's my thing.
This is it. This
And-
is what we do.
Yeah. And we've had people talk about not having sex ever again or having to have gay sex and straight sex. And then people calling in that don't have sex, saying that they would have sex with a gay guy right now.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's those jail people too. I saw a video yesterday of a man going who was talking like a lady. He was like, you over there, you think you gonna fuck up and come in here and look what happened I've been in here 30 years, look what happened to me. And he's like a lady.
Oh, he's in prison?
Yeah, and he's telling this kid, like, scare tactic, I'm a fucking woman now in here.
Damn.
Come in here and see how we fucking roll. And then another guy comes over with his girlfriend, and it's like a thugged out dude, and he's dude, who's just plastered up with makeup.
Oh my god.
Ha. And he's like, this guy come in all hard and shit a couple years ago. Now he my fucking girlfriend. What's up? Come back in here. And I'm like, and the guy's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, holy shit, he broke this guy.
So
Australian scared straight?
if scared straight doesn't work, then try scared gay.
Scared
I was
fucking-
doing American act. I was in the streets. That was like I was doing black guys. You didn't catch that?
Yeah, no, I did.
All the people I was impersonating were black guys. I don't do a very good black guy. Sorry.
You did no. I thought you said something about in Australia, so that's why I was like, man, they talk crazy in Australia.
Yeah, they do. That's why I'm like this, man. It's pretty heavy there. Aboriginals are pretty thugged out.
Thugged out. And
Yeah, you can say that. I'm not. I guess Abby's is not even a
That's
word,
not
so
even a
yeah.
term,
No, you
honestly.
you halved it so much that you're in the clear.
Yeah, fuck that one up so
Yeah.
bad. Like
You're fine.
I don't even know.
Yeah, but it was pretty scary. I believe this kid was not going to do any more crime.
I know, man. Like it's that did you?
That's something that would have fixed me.
There was that one where like
probably not.
When they were sneaking the fucking cameras in and it got out. It was like they beat this motherfucker so bad that they had his ass on a leash. It was like just a picture that leaked out. It was like it was all black dudes. It was 2 black guys, and then they just had my man like sitting at their feet, like a dog with a leash. Like it was depressing as shit. I was like, damn, dude, like fuck. They turned him into a puppy.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's worse than death out there.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to stop embezzling right now.
Yeah,
just save all the ones you've already embezzled.
Embezzling days are over.
Those are the worst guys, right? Because it's the embezzler guys that they go in and they're like, they don't have any. They don't have any
chance.
Yeah, they're butt fucked.
They got different jails though. They got different like levels of jails.
They never
got
put
the Tommy Chong jail.
Oh yeah.
Like Tommy Chong,
he didn't get.
There wasn't even bars. Like he would like they would look at the sunset. He was talking about like
what?
Him and like one of the Wolf of Wall Street motherfuckers.
Yes, they were cellmates. He and Jordan something or other, right?
I guess they would just like sit and look at the sunset in the desert, like just chilling outside.
They get food.
Yeah, they fed him. Yeah, I'm sure they fed him.
How long did he do?
He was in for a couple of years, wasn't he?
Yeah, they got him for a couple of years.
Dang. For papers, right?
What? Jordan Belfort is the name of the Wolf of Wall Street guy who spent 22 years in prison. 22 months. Thank you. Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, huge difference. Yeah, thank
everything.
you.
He got away with it when you say 22 months.
Tommy Chong, was it for selling bongs or was it just like an income tax thing?
I don't remember what Tommy Chong got locked up for.
I thought it was like a technicality and some bullshit, right? Some bullshit.
Yeah, it definitely.
Oh, wait a minute.
Seemed like somebody.
Yeah, there was like a DA or something that was just really wanted to get him.
Right.
What they did was they set up a thing and like kind of tricked him into selling bongs off of a website that shipped to Pennsylvania or something like that.
And then it's cross state lines and shit.
That's pretty. That's pretty sad to do that to somebody.
I felt like he was off the streets, I'll tell you that much.
Thank God. That was close. He was in here, man. We survived.
I was scared as shit.
He almost killed us.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, fuck this guy.
You can tell he's a violent man.
Yeah, he was a menace to society.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The sooner they get him, the better.
Yeah.
Under the jail.
He got nothing but bad intentions, that guy.
Bad
Well, and then there's Cheech. He's above the law.
He just fucks with everybody, right?
Can't tell you shit.
Man.
I remember when I had to interview those two guys. Cheech seemed so bummed out to be there, and Tommy was really. And I kept trying to be like, "Hey, Cheech," like try to bring him in on the.
Yeah.
He seemed very, like, cranky and upset.
Right.
Like,
He seemed like he might have. I don't want to say grew up, but got a way more professional and isn't trying to be.
Yeah, that's what
What
it
he
felt
was.
like. That's what it felt like. And he was bitter about the experience. That's what it felt. It felt like he was like, I got to do this shit again.
Yeah, I don't think we had the other one on, right?
No, I don't
he
think
wouldn't
we've
come
read-
on with us.
We've
It was
read
just-
Cheech Marin, and yet they've done quite a few things together in recent years.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just for the money. Like,
Right.
it's like when the bands get back together,
right?
and none of them like each other.
But even
do you
like they
think-
did that movie that Tommy kept referencing that I've never seen. It's called The Corsican Brothers. That
I
wasn't a cash grab. Nobody saw that.
I didn't.
Nobody
see,
made
was
Cheech
that
do that.
That was a more recent thing.
Hey, maybe
Oh
he was just
shit!
having a bad day. Maybe he had a tummy ache.
Yep.
I don't know.
Is that? Yeah, because I know you're just
Fuck
getting
knows?
that. I didn't meet him.
But that's that shit. You meet one person one time. You don't. Like.
Yeah.
And then you hang everything you think about them on that one experience.
All right.
I'm surprised as many public people are as pleasant as they are in interviews. At some point or another, they must think, I'm not sure this has any value. I always remember that pop punk band, Sum 41, the guy, the guitar player quit, and he basically said, the singer wants to play the game. I joined a punk band. And the specific example that he gave, which I really back him on, was I'm just going around doing interview after interview, and I'm not really sure a single one of these interviews is even doing anything, is like really selling a record for the band, but it's just like, well, you got to do it or you're a dick. And I think about that sometimes. Like, there's some interviews that can really move the needle for you, and there's a lot where you're like, I'm giving you a half hour, an hour of my time. What's an hour of Cheech Marin's time worth? That's a lot of fucking downloads of the Corsican Brothers.
Yeah. You gotta like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta love the grind.
Otherwise, yeah, as soon as you start adding it up like that, man, it's torture.
Exactly, but I'm surprised more of them don't, frankly.
When I go to the book shits, it's like, man, like I am losing money. Like I'm hemorrhaging money to do that shit. Like, but you just gotta go do it.
I just feel like everybody that ever listened to the show, and I got in trouble for this one, for saying this to higher up, but they made me. Like, they disappeared. I disappear. Like that. So if I go and I tell to everybody, until they're like, I don't fucking need to know you, I don't need to see you anymore. You've been here long enough, and I'm like, okay, well then I'll fuck off now, because I feel like I owe them everything.
Your fans.
Yeah.
Yes, that's kind of how I feel too. Like, I appreciate them. This is more like when I go out there, it's because I appreciate these cats.
Yeah.
Like, I remember where the fuck I was before I got the job. I was washing dishes on Santa Monica. Like, I remember that.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
Shitty.
Yeah, I remember. The whole you're not a fucking skateboarder anymore, and you didn't pay taxes. You're mad at, you had an agent, like a sports agent. They didn't pay taxes, so you owe back taxes. You have to sell your house. You have no money. You owe money, and you sold your house. So everything I ever had is gone, and I'm not really.
And your career is done.
Yeah.
So they go ahead.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
I was like, I'm gonna move up to LA and make it as a radio guy. And just fucking tell Paul Wilpin Davis what a champion I'll be for the next. I don't know. I just hammered his ass. That sounded good.
Hammered him.
Just like his girlfriend. Sorry. That's all Andrew, man. He ruined it. I really want to meet her. Will I get to meet her, Will? So it's still going.
Have you ever met any of his girls?
Will's girls?
Yeah.
Nah.
I've never,
Yeah, Will keeps that pretty secretive.
He's pretty cagey.
I think he would show. I don't go around at all. But if he would meet me with a girlfriend for sure, because he knows that I'm on Team Will when it comes to that. Like, and he knows.
Who's against Will who's against anybody when it comes to girls?
Andrew. Yeah.
Why are you so hateful, Andrew?
Will have a +1 to my wedding, and if he wants to bring that girl, he's more than welcome.
Yeah, but he only wants her to come.
That girl.
See, he wants.
Girl. That girl.
The what? The nice old woman? Did you call her old? You called her old. You don't even know her. She's fucking jacked. How is she old if she's you added old to it? No. She should have a big clit and she's old. That's what you have, and that's how Will sees it now. That's how I see it.
If the limo doesn't start, she can push it.
It's fucked up, Will. I'm with. There it is, Jude. There it is. I'm on Team Will, and Andrew's on Team Fuck Will up.
He just hates to see Will. If she's not on steroids,
Wow!
Big clip.
Yeah, it's clean.
Or
She's clean, he said.
And by the way, they went for coffee twice.
and you know what? And I'm gonna say something.
You're saying
a giant clip wasn't.
She
that
has
bad.
not revealed that the clean means I don't inject every day. Or I used to be cleaner. I'm in a cycle. I think she's clean. Yep.
I just defended you.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I said it was inappropriate. I will clarify in my implication. It was inappropriate for Andrew to think that Will had even seen her clit, whatever size it may be, because they've had 2 brief encounters, and Will doesn't roll like that.
He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's a Southern gentleman.
Yeah, but if she's super into you, you're not going to say no.
Don't do that, man. I've done that before, and the woman never respects you.
Do what?
Like, just like when they're about to give you some pussy,
Yeah.
and then you be like, no, let's get to know each other better. They're just like, you're a bitch. Like they're like, I got to know all I needed to know about you.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take. When they offer, you got to take it.
Yeah. I feel like a Catholic priest or something,
Yeah,
you might
knock
be able
that
to
shit
run
down.
that. I want to be more respectful here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, buddy. You authorize that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave on that little.
That's great advice. Great advice from Jude, Shade 45.
Hey, the Hyena on vinyl on Amazon out right now. If you didn't get it, it's your chance.
DM him if you want him to come to your city and sign autographs.
Bro, you should go too. Have you thought about going too? That's all I get. I'm like, man, no, yeah, I have. Fucking broke.
Not doing it.
All right.
Not today. Alright, there he
Hi,
is.
Jude. Nick Diaz will soon be eligible to fight in the UFC.
Yeah, I think it's weird that he doesn't bring up that he's eligible. Somebody else does.
Yeah.
And then somebody else is offering to fight him, and he still hasn't said anything as far as I know.
So I guess he has accepted.
Oh.
The news is that no. He had USADA announced that Nick Diaz, not to be confused with Nate, the older brother, accepted a 1-year sanction for the violation of the UFC anti-doping policy, resulting from 3 unsuccessful test attempts during a 12-month period. I think that means that they wanted to test him and could not find him. He's supposed to be, let them know where he can be found at all times so that he can be randomly tested. So by accepting that 1-year sanction, it's already been going on, and it's actually about to end.
Yeah.
So he's accepted that he has been sanctioned retroactively, and it just so happens it will be up on April 19th.
Which just means that he has to stop smoking weed again because they're going to come for him, right?
I guess so. So so 9 days from now he would be eligible to fight again if he so chooses.
But doesn't that also mean that he has to be ready to be tested?
Yep.
So basically this is a nightmare for him. In 9 days he's got to not smoke weed.
Right. And how old is he now? Was it like
30-something?
36?
Is he?
Is he not that old?
I think he was that old.
34.
Oh.
You'd have to think, right? No. Yeah, I think the idea is that he would be eligible in a week and a half.
Oh. So he hasn't been smoking weed?
He hasn't been getting
I'm
caught.
confused. Okay, well, cool. I hope he fights, and then I see that tool, what's his name? Fucking robber that wants to fight him. I'm actually okay with it, because I just want to see that dude get beat up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Platinum Mike Perry wants to fight him. I'm like, yeah, cool, do it. Said they'll smoke weed together and still bang or something. I'm like, okay.
Doesn't Platinum Mike
You guys should
Perry...
both get suspended but at the same time. It's a brilliant idea.
Doesn't Platinum Mike Perry at this point need to walk the walk a little bit more before he gets to go back to talking the talk?
You could say that. You could have said that from the start. I mean, who has he beat? You know? I mean, he did get Ellenberger, but Joe Bam beat his ass ages ago, and then he's talking about title shots. He's just kind of... I think he's a very intriguing character to everybody. People can see that he's funny, and he seems like a bit of a stoner and a moron, and he definitely is outspoken, so he says a bunch of stupid shit, and people love it.
Yeah. But my point
and he wants to knock you out, too, so that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah,
People love that.
My point is that if he was a shadow man in the UFC, they didn't have his photo, and he was just a guy who he is on paper, would not be somebody that would be considered in the running to fight Nick Diaz.
Well, I don't know about that, because I don't think Nick Diaz is that highly ranked. And it's been so long that I don't think it's a bad fight. For me, I'd prefer that it was as a guy like him, than the top 3 guy where he loses. Even though I know he won't. I think he's the kind of guy that only wants super fights, Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's too much money in Platinum Mike Perry.
Probably not.
But I mean, is he a welterweight or a middleweight? What is he anyway? Does he even care? Not Perry. Fucking... I don't know. I think he's a 170. He's not that big. I mean, 185ers these days are fucking monsters. Man, I can't wait till they... I feel like it's crazy how they just ignore the weight cut thing. And there's people that I hear talking about it, and they just won't do it. Just, nah. Fuck it, make them all keep cutting weight like that. I would really love it if they changed everybody's division and made them stop cutting so much weight. Yeah. Yeah, sure, but that's that's one of those novelty fights. That's what I'm...
Well, didn't they both?
Yeah, one was high and one was on steroids too. And who cares? Because who cares who won that fight? Because nobody got knocked out. It was a decision. And really, to me, Nick won because he lied on the mat, he lied on the cage, he made fun of it, and there was no real significant shit on him. And you're the Spider, and you didn't blast him. So I was not that impressed. I'm more impressed with Nick Diaz. If I wasn't such a pussy and I've only had 2 fights, I was gonna do that. And I just realized you're too much of a. It's disrespectful to the guy you're fighting. But I was like, I would love a photo where. But I was not at one time did I think that I was gonna make a joke in the fucking. I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
These dudes are diesel.
Right. You were a subject of discussion on the UFC podcast.
Yeah. My trolling worked. Succeeded. Somebody fell for it.
And that someone is Matt Serra?
Yeah. Somebody told me.
With Jim Norton?
Oh, Chuck Zito on there. Yeah. Oh, shit. He's completely right. I was just doing that. Sorry.
In other UFC news, Paige Van Zandt has a new book.
Ah, God, did we have to?
Oh, we don't have to.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you, Andrew. I've got better things to talk about.
Let's see what else is going on. Reindeer might actually be real.
No.
No, they are not?
What makes you say that?
Some guy claims to have a video. These sorts of things can be so easily doctored. But,
Did she show Kevin?
Kevin, have you seen this?
I mean, you might want to come in. This doesn't look like CGI at all. Is this real?
This is from the Fox News website, and Fox News is,
Right, they're fake news, aren't they, Michael?
Some people regard them as fake news. Some people regard them as the only one who aren't fake. So, as the old saying goes, as the old slogan goes, they report, you decide. Are reindeer real? This is a hiker claims to have seen reindeer.
How cute is that? Are you blown away, Kevin? They're real.
They don't look like I thought they would, but they are cute. I want to hug them and pet them.
They do look soft.
What did you expect them to look like? They're fucking reindeer.
I thought their fur was darker. They're portrayed by the fake media.
Yeah. Well, you usually
like
see
those
them
claymation fake news movies.
You usually see them at night, which maybe makes them seem a little darker.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't like fucking like Andrew with Vikings. When you guys told me, I believed you. But the video proof helps.
Yeah, if we had got that yesterday, that would have blown your mind even harder, right? Like, just immediately, there's a real one on video. Like, fuck me. That's so real. It's almost like they're real.
The implications for what this means about Santa's existence are pretty earth-shattering.
Yeah. I mean...
It brings him back into play, definitely, right?
Journalists have a very busy time ahead of them.
Right.
For this newly found evidence.
Yes.
I just learned that those narwhal things are real within like the past 2 years, I'd say.
Okay,
I thought those were fake.
What's a narwhal?
They're fucking unicorn whales, and they're fucking real.
What are you talking about? I don't know what a narwhal is.
It's a whale with a horn on it or some shit.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That's a narwhal.
Fuck off! Oh my god, how do they not all kill each other when they're swimming with each... That's not real, dude. You're an idiot.
Together.
They're not real.
They are?
No way. Nope. Not real.
All right, let's put some wagers on the table here.
All right, I'll do a somersault. No, I'll go to Offspring. And then, look, dude, how can they all be in a group with those swords like that? They'd all be dead within an hour.
They're very in sync.
Do swordfish not hang out so close to each other?
Nah.
I don't know. I've never seen a gaggle of swordfish.
Right? Do you call them a gaggle when they're together?
That's just my go-to default when I don't know the actual.
Man, I'm still recovering from Matt Sarah saying that I'm not I'm so butthurt, even though I did it on purpose. I just want Matt Sarah to like me. It's just devastating.
He said he liked you twice.
I know, but it's still, I'm a moron. But yeah, narwhals are not real. Sorry, still recovering from stuff. I'm serious. Narwhals are not. I'm gonna go out and cum tart myself here and say, nah, mate, that's not real.
You guys don't know the narwhals.
No, we don't.
Just because there's a song, bro, doesn't mean it's real. But then.
This makes me want to beat up children.
Uh-huh.
Well, did you make this song?
What?
They have a 10-hour version of this song.
Why?
Yeah, of course they do.
This
Why
sounds
would anybody...
It sounds like a side project from the dude in Aqua, the Barbie girl band.
It's not real,
He
right?
just ditched the chick.
I mean, they can't be real. They're not. I see. You can tell the way he says it. You're an idiot. They're not real. No, not you. Not you. Kevin's an idiot. I mean, those photos are pretty real.
No, I just don't understand, Kevin. What did you think? Because I can understand where you might think reindeer were fake because, you know, the Santa probably maybe doesn't exist and maybe doesn't have a house and a factory in the North Pole and maybe there's not a bunch of elves up there, so they are wrapped up in a bunch of dubious other shit.
Yeah.
What legend of narwhals led you to believe that they were like a Tolkien kind of thing?
It just seemed like that video. It just seemed like some silly weirdo was like, I'm gonna make something funny and just slap a horn on an animal and, you know, make goofy videos out of it. But then I was like, oh fuck.
So
they
you
actually exist.
Did you first learn about them from YouTube children's songs?
Not that, but like I'd seen them on T-shirts and stuff, and like, I don't know. I guess people were using them as kind of just like a funny thing on social media. I thought it was another form of unicorn.
It is a fucking
Like you
unicorn.
slap-
It's a fish unicorn.
You slap a
It's
horn
fucking
on a
and
horse
it's
a
real.
unicorn. You slap, a horn on a seal.
It's a miracle.
So narwhal, I just got tricked.
This is a fucking miracle.
Well, let's learn about narwhals.
Maybe God is real.
I mean, you don't.
I did not know. I could have told you for sure there's no narwhals.
They were never covered in school.
There's no narwhals and there's no God.
Yeah.
And there's a narwhal.
There's the American public school system for you.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't
I
used-
learned how much they failed me.
Exactly. I haven't used geometry once. And they left me completely ignorant and vulnerable in regards to narwhals.
And here I am having ass-backwards perceptions on narwhals and reindeer.
Yeah.
Drone footage in Canada captures
a narwhal?
rarely seen narwhal. Narwhal. Rare footage may finally reveal what those things are for.
It's gonna stab somebody.
Yeah, I feel like even if that horn stabbed a fish, all you're doing is like taping a carrot on a stick to your head.
Wait, it did something else.
Like, how do you fucking eat it?
Oh, it did. It flicked a fishy into his mouth. Nice. Nice move, mate. How come that other narwhal doesn't have a horn? I reckon that happens a lot to these
Maybe
guys.
that's a lady narwhal.
Oh, no. Whoa, a lady narwhal doesn't get a horn?
I don't know.
Fuck, that is...
That happens with like
very,
antlers and shit, right?
Oh, yeah. Wait, is he talking with it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a long tooth and not a horn.
Yeah.
Kind of what a tooth is, right?
That's what a horn is, really, because elephants have tusks and they look like horns.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a tusk.
What
Does that
is
mean
it-
that...
What is a tooth but a tusk that's in your mouth?
I know, right? Thank you, Mark. How much of an erection do you get from eating that guy's tooth? Because that's got to be on the market, right?
They must taste like shit. because I imagine if they were tasty, we'd be eating them.
Well, I don't think people eat lion's dick because it tastes good, dude.
You just grind it up to get your raging Chinese boners.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like,
Why did you write narwhal tusk uses humans in your Google search?
Uses.
But
what is that sound? Move that cord and shit. No.
Yeah, there's a little sand in the gear somewhere.
Yeah.
I blame Andrew.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad we figured out who was to blame. Wait, somebody here has narwhal info. Go ahead, Steve, with narwhal information. Nice.
Okay, but when you say stuns, but then you also said taser, is there anything more? Because it looks like you're just lightly tapping something with a drumstick. Is that delivering some voltage?
No. It's just how quick it stops in the water in proximity to the fish. It can actually send somewhat of a little kind of underwater shock wave that will actually knock the fish out or stun it.
Fuck.
One electrical wave involved just the amount of force underwater and quickly and so hard that it will. It's a hunting mechanism. It's a way to without having to get right on it and be quick on it like most fish.
I feel like nature kind of fucked him with the whole horn thing.
I disagree. He just said he could send lightning bolts into fish and knock them out.
Yeah, but it's so skinny.
It's amazing. Thank you, Steve.
Like, I feel like if they had, tusks that grew out kind of like hammers or mallets, that would be better.
Yeah, but what he just told you, it's better than a mallet. If he had a mallet under the water, it would just fucking hit a fish every now and then when he got up real close, and it would take away the aerodynamic of him and everything. He's got this little fucking tooth pointer thing like a cane, and he's all doof, and it stuns shit further away. That's insanely skilled.
It's like a magic wand hanging off its head.
And I'm sure he probably shish kebabs things every now and then too, right? He's got it.
Doesn't seem like it.
Or he can't risk it.
Well, he can't get his mouth to it. He can't reach it if he stabs a fish.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing that could ever happen. It would just rot there while other animals ate it off of him.
Perpetually chase that fish that he's never going to catch and just die.
Okay, good point. Still, I like that. It's like a dolphin, right? But you're saying maybe that was a baby one? Like, do they get bigger? The other ones get bigger or something? Because it looked like you were showing me other ones that are bigger, or are they all about dolphin size?
Are these endangered? Is there any animal that's like seriously unique and cool that is not critically endangered?
We should look at their Wikipedia page. They usually list the endangered status of the animals on it.
It looks like they hang out in really, really bad Timeville water.
Very cold. Most commonly found on males, the narwhal tusk.
Yeah.
Some have up to 2 tusks, while others have none.
Give me
but this one
a photo
just right.
of a double tusk. Because that's the sickest thing ever. That's the greatest fish ever. Oh,
they got kind of cute faces.
Yeah, they're like furry dolphins with horns.
Very smiley.
Yeah, they're a little like sea lion.
Whoa! Whoa! A double horn one that's like 10 foot long.
That guy's a bastard.
That's insane. Oh, they killed. Oh man, I don't want to. Look at, they killed him. Look at, they cut his head off.
Maybe his head.
Look at that. What? And landed right next to that dude where they're all camping.
And this guy's and this guy's all pumped about it. Seriously,
I know,
man.
right? And you let right.
Human beings. Calvin Hobbes was right. Human beings would murder rainbows if we could.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, you pumped on a double horn furry dolphin.
Walk home dragging a rainbow over your shoulder.
Yeah. Look at that guy. Tastes like shit, but who's eating?
Exactly.
That's probably why
You're
aliens
gonna hang it in my garage.
Aliens just like come by and skim the planet, and they're just like, "Ooh, fuck that, we're not landing here." Any sort of new life they find, they're just like, "Kill it!" Is that good or bad? I mean, the Wikipedia page lists their...
It doesn't seem like they're super endangered.
They actually have a skull. Like,
all right, I'll look at it.
It's a wild looking... Like, they look like a bull, almost. The skull. the craziest creature I've ever seen in my life. And I'm from Australia, mate. Oh, g'day.
Yeah,
I
least
see all kinds
concern.
of crazy creatures.
Yeah, those guys are chilling. Least concern.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
All right.
All right, so behead them with reckless abandon.
Enjoy yourselves, Eskimo people.
I would like to
Death
see what
to
their
all.
sushi tastes like.
Oh, man. That's not a good time. All right, everybody. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
So just use the funny bits here.
I mean, they've been like pulled up your Instagram, read the post, and I mean, it was a good 10 minutes and nothing insulting or anything.
Yeah, dude, you would say a lot worse about somebody that you loved. That's good. Being talked about is great.
So I should do more stupid, annoying posts like that? Just troll.
Yep.
Nonstop.
That's what it was. It was funny.
Stuff's almost here. I don't know why he's on Crescent Heights when this place was on Wilshire Boulevard, but
Yeah, they're fun about that.
good, he's smart, he picked up on the fact that he can't turn left. Good.
Stop analyzing it.
Well, I'm pretty sure the guy the other day was the cause of a lot of honking because there was a lot of honking all of a sudden, and then your food arrived, and I was like, I think, and I was watching him drive down Wilshire, so I think he cut around the divider, went the wrong way on Wilshire to pull in his parking lot. This guy's going the back way.
In our creative I wasn't sure if that was one that was gonna happen or not. Oh shit! I gotta get something off the printer. I'll be right back.
If we don't have Will's news, why don't we have Will join for my news?
Okay.
Same thing, right?
Eddie's trying to come in right now to see Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
You want cameras in there, Jason?
Yeah. Okay. What happens after the news?
Posey should be here in about 20 minutes.
There's a lot of posters for the movies, huh?
put Tyler?
Over there.
Here?
Yeah.
Jeez. Oof.
It's some lead.
Yeah, right?
There's no live
Hey, where's our live reads going?
They just come and go. It's normally like 2 a week.
Whose butt do we have to suck to keep getting those? Everybody else is still getting them.
There actually haven't been a lot on the channel. There's only been like one other one on the channel. It's been weird. I'll look at the rest of the week. I think Cavino and Rich had one the 2 days that you had them last week, but other than that, the channel is clear. Yeah, there was no live reads on the channel Monday and Tuesday of this week.
Is that bad? If we all have less?
If you sell the inventory in the commercial spots, it's not bad, but I mean, it's always good if you have a couple.
Right.
So.
Interesting.
Will Pendarvis joining us in studio as well. Hello, Will.
It's magnificent to be here.
How's your day treating you?
Wonderful.
Is it?
Nah. I mean, I locked my keys in the car last night, and then my car wouldn't start this morning. But other than that, everything's great.
Sounds great. Comedian and actor T.J. Miller was arrested by FBI agents.
Wait. That funny guy that was about to, like, take off, didn't he have a special the other day or something? The curly-haired guy?
Curly-haired guy.
Yeah, young dude. He was in Deadpool and shit.
Yes, Silicon Valley. The boys have tons and tons of shit that my son watches.
What'd he do?
He allegedly purposely reported a fake bomb threat on an Amtrak train back in March.
Why?
Well,
why would you do that?
It would seem because he was drunk and got into an argument with a lady and called 911 and said there's a woman who has a bomb on the train to fuck with the lady that he was in an argument with.
You don't do that, man. You gotta know.
Not anymore, I don't.
No, you gotta know better than that.
I know.
Especially if you have a career where, you know, things are happening.
So he called
Didn't
and
he get something else before that?
there was something.
Didn't he get Me Too'd or something?
Yeah, he did for sure. And I think those were, if memory serves, allegations that had come up earlier that had been put to rest, rightly or wrongly, that came back up again in the swirling winds of the Me Too movement. Yeah.
What?
So, what was it? So, on March 18th, he
Celebrities, Will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
He was riding Amtrak from D.C. to New York, and he called 911, reported a woman with brown hair and a scarf has a bomb in her bag. They asked him if he suffered from mental illness, and he said, "This is the first time I've ever made a call like this before. I am worried for everyone on that train. Somebody has to check that lady out." I think he said that the woman kept basically like fiddling with the bag and looking through the bag, and then seemed to want to get off the train and intentionally leave it behind, which would be scary if it were true. It turns out that he gave the wrong train number, which may have been an honest mistake. Because seemingly he was trying to fuck with this lady.
Right.
As a result, a different train was stopped in Connecticut, evacuated, and searched, causing massive Amtrak delays. Meanwhile, he was on his train to New York. According to court documents, he was removed from the train in New York because he was intoxicated. The train attendant said he had consumed 2 glasses of wine and 2 double scotch and sodas. The attendant reported that he had exchanged profanity with a woman in the first-class car, and the attendant did not back up his account of the woman's suspicious behavior.
Well, it all sounded fine until you said he's drunk and, calling people drunk for
Have
a
you
bomb scare.
Have you guys met him? Because he, just the parts he plays, he seems like he'd be an aloof asshole.
Wow. Wait, from watching the movie, the things that he's been in, you think he's an asshole?
No, I'm saying the characters he plays seem to be aloof assholes.
And what does that mean?
I'm asking
to his character.
Had experience with
Kevin,
him.
you love comedians. Do you know him?
Yeah, I've met him a couple of times. I've had him on my podcast.
Oh, wow.
And he was always nice and happy and goofy when I was around.
And aloof.
And an asshole too, don't forget. What?
Just getting deeper and deeper.
Are those facts that just came out of your mouth? He drank so much that he had a brain surgery? Yeah.
So he's, I know people that know him closely.
Yeah.
And they all say he's, just a really nice, sweet guy. But I think he's got his demons.
If you're talking about having some sort of surgery in your brain and he's drinking again, would you not be able to see that on the man's face? Because I feel like when alcohol starts to do things to your brain, then you can see it on the man's face or the woman's face when they've drank them. Because there's alcoholics where age and alcohol kicks in and slowly kills you. Then there's dudes that ain't fucking around, like what you're talking about, like some of the guys that I used to be friends with in AA that drink till they fucking paralyze themselves. At this point you would start to see it in his face, wouldn't you?
Right. I don't know if it's alcohol.
No, you wouldn't be acting anymore if he looked.
Okay. To me, the first couple of people that come to mind, and I don't think any of these are alcohol primarily, I feel like Charlie Sheen's face kind of permanently changed. I feel like Corey Feldman's face.
Yeah, but Charlie Sheen still somehow fired off.
And Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses looks like the same guy, except...
I was about to say, Steven Adler I saw recently, he looks 10 times better than every other person in Guns N' Roses. He has them annihilated.
He's really happy. He fell into the perfect kind, seemingly, of drunk, impaired, insane. He's just like a really sweet dude who loves everybody and wants to play drums.
Yeah.
And smoke weed.
Yeah.
He
figured out how to not kill himself.
He won you basically push yourself to the brink of death lottery.
Yeah, he really did.
I don't drink. So tell me, can you imagine in any circumstance that you would be drunk enough that you would call in a bomb threat?
Well, I don't have the intelligence that he has to be that much of a prick. But yeah, sure. I mean, dude, if you're a proper drunk, I can't say I wouldn't do anything. Because I don't know who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
After 9/11.
I'm trying to understand. As I said, I don't think that I have. I've always felt like I'm a bad liar. So even when I'm like blacked out, wasted, I don't think that I'm getting away with anything. So I would never try to pull. I would say, if I was drunk enough, if this lady was that annoying, I would like call her a cunt and have the police put me in jail, blacked out. I would never have the IQ to dial and have conversations with 911 or emergency about a bomb threat, knowing that would bring the police to her, fucking her over, because I'm just not that complicated. I would just be like, fuck you, bitch, or I would never call anybody. Or maybe I'll call the cops and tell them to come get her, but I wouldn't make up you got to be a little bit more, you got to plan ahead a lot more. You have a backup evil plan. I don't even want to say it's intelligence. I just want to say, oh, sorry, mic's on.
Yeah,
you're plotting.
Yes,
you're kind of evil.
To answer your question, yeah, for sure. I could easily picture myself doing this.
Yeah, there you go.
I called fake orders into a restaurant I used to work at for a year and a half, 2 years after I left because of the bitterness that I had toward
That's
them.
because you're an asshole, not because you were drunk, though.
I was sober.
He's smart, though, too.
I was sober every single time that I did it because I was doing it during normal business hours. I saw a thing on Reddit the other day where they said, remember when we went through those unethical life pro tips?
Yeah.
This was another one of those. It said if somebody is on their phone during a movie in the theater and it pisses you off, don't report that they're texting. Report that they were filming the movie, so that somebody fucks with them.
Right.
So yeah, if I'm drunk,
different.
I know, of course it is, but if I am drunk and I have this brilliant plan that fuck this cunt, I'm gonna fucking show her. I don't know that it necessarily occurs to me, hey buddy, you're talking about a federal crime there. I'm just thinking, this'll work. This'll fuck with her.
Yep.
I'm going to call in a bomb threat on a train that's bound for New York City, which is one of the most, we're going to.
Yeah, but see, with the way you say it, I wouldn't do it. But the way he said it, I would do it.
Right.
If I'm thinking drunk me, you're like a bomb threat. If I call and say I think a lady's acting suspicious, like she's got a bomb in her bag, it doesn't sound to me like I called NYPD about a bomb threat.
If you say, hey Tully, do you want to go commit a federal crime? For 30 years, I don't care how drunk I am. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Hey, you want to fuck with this lady? Like really fuck her over? Really teach her a lesson? Because you're so clever, you thought of this great plan? Yeah maybe. Dude, would I ever get drunk and blatantly be like, hey, you should totally come to my hotel room to a woman who is standing with her arm around her fiance? Sober me? No. Drunk me? Might have done that a couple times.
Right. Wow, that's insane. I just can't imagine doing that.
It's very liberating.
I know, right? When you get away with it.
Wow. That's just crazy.
Is it as crazy as stealing ambulances? Because that's become a bit of a thing here in Los Angeles.
I saw a video of a guy steal a cop car the other day where the cop got in the passenger seat.
I did hear that on the scanner. Somebody stole an ambulance.
So people are stealing ambulances.
2 ambuli and 1 police SUV.
Is it a Grand Theft Auto thing going around? Is that what it is? Like you've been influenced by the game? Or can you just say that people, like, what are these stats on how many people have stolen cars, police cars and ambulances over the years? I mean, was there a time where people did it, or this is a new thing?
I don't know, man. I really believe that the world is less respectful of things than they used to be.
See, I feel like it's just the videos get out more. I think there's been tons of people out there that have always been disrespectful, and you just think there's more because the videos come out.
I do believe that in some cases, but I do believe that the world... I mean, I think that, for example, if you're a cop, I think in the past, like 20 years ago, people would be respectful. Even if they hated you, they'd be somewhat respectful.
Could that be more because they're terrified of being, like, lynched, and now they know that the police won't do that?
I don't think that's it. I think it's like, hey, wait, what is he really going to do to me if I say, hey, fuck you or whatever? And I think that people have been emboldened to do things that they wouldn't have done before.
Could it be more that people know their rights more?
Maybe, but it's funny.
But I think also people are dicks more.
I kind of agree and disagree with you for different reasons, Will, because I think there's always been, Ted the town drunk stole an ambulance the other night, so they threw him in the drunk tank overnight. I don't, and sure, there were 3 this week in Los Angeles, or 2 weeks. We're going to need more of a long-term trend for me to say this just might be a coincidence.
Might be one guy.
This is a thing that happens and just happens to have happened a couple times more recently. But on the other hand, I'm becoming more and more into this theory about the more people see people rioting or whatever, the more likely they are to do it. And there's always been somebody who's like, fuck you, what are you going to do? Throw me in jail? But that guy didn't post that online. Nobody, people who would not have had the guts to think of and execute that all by themselves when they've seen 10 other guys do it, all of a sudden it doesn't seem that radical to do it themselves.
Yeah, like you were saying the other day, there's a tipping point within a riot situation where if like 2 people do it, 3, whatever that number is. And I think it's the same with, like, unfortunately, school shootings. I think it's that way with stealing ambulance, whatever it is, or car chases. I think that here at the radio show, talking to somebody on the phone begets more phone calls. People call in when they hear somebody talking on the phone. I think that it really does, once there's a little bit of a trend going, gets those people suckered in who are on the borderline of doing something.
What are we going to do, Will?
How about lock the doors on ambulances?
yeah, that'd be one thing. Don't leave the keys in the ambulance.
Right?
Let's start there.
And I'll never leave my car unlocked, and I'm not an ambulance.
How about what about give them all the thumb thing to open it? How about that?
What about if they're in a hurry or they got blood on their thumb?
There's not one guy on the paramedics who isn't drenched in blood.
No.
Hey man, it's a tough job out there sometimes. Sometimes it's raining blood.
You got 2 guys and they're both
can't get in the car, drain in blood. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Good idea, Tully.
You just killed a man, Tully.
How about lock the door? Okay. Lock the door, and it will open with either your thumbprint or the keys. So
face scan,
just in case. Yeah, but what if your face is drenched in blood, Will?
Well, then you
in case you use the key.
No, you take 2 pictures of yourself. One normal, and one drenched in blood.
Oh yeah, good point. that would fix everything.
Yep, solved. Next.
Yep.
A man who ate the world's hottest pepper I'm not sure if he was actually hospitalized. He went to a hospital days later after suffering a series of what are known as thunderclap headaches.
Oh, wait, so you got a headache from...
Is that like exploding heads?
People have died from eating a chili, right?
Have they?
Yeah, you can die from it, right? Don't like old people get heart attacks and shit? Or is that just like Dumber and Dumber? And I'm like the dumbest. I just feel like because I remember them bitches on YouTube or some shit. They ate one. They looked like they're going in an ambulance, and they were like young, but they were bitches, so maybe they couldn't handle the truth. But
so thunderclap headaches are caused by the sudden tightening of the vessels that supply blood to the brain. This is completely reversible, and I think just for days afterward, shit just seized up on him and caused these short bursts of intense migraine level pain.
Do you think his ass hurt when he farts?
Oh God!
Because it's got to be spices of something in the ring, right?
Yeah, you got those sensors.
What kind of shits do you have when you have stuff so hot that you go to hospital 3 days later from a migraine?
Very painful.
Right? They have to be burny poos.
I'm probably putting cooling gel on my ass pretty routinely, like before it comes out.
Yeah, maybe you put some kind of paste on there.
See, once again, smart guy me, I'm just burning out pain.
Me too.
He put gel up his ass.
Baby butt paste.
Wait, now we're going into business? Cause I'm an entrepreneur, but that's ridiculous.
He said this. He said the exact same thing to me when I told him that my wife was pregnant with our first child. I said, "Hey, we're pregnant." He said,
"Baby butt paste."
Butt paste.
What the fuck does that mean? What's going on?
I'm saying you get some of that cream that you put on a baby's butt, and you put it around the ring, and then it won't burn when you.
Someone's saying he's going to do federal time for that bomb threat.
That is a federal crime.
It's a federal crime.
I mean, there's probably several federal crimes that he committed.
Right. It'd be an interstate kind of thing, like terroristic stuff. I could see where that would become
terroristic threat,
federal immediately. And Amtrak is weirdly quasi tied up in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Transportation.
Yeah, it's interstate transportation, and also because we don't have. It's the only game in town. Like, there's a bunch of different airlines. We don't have like a government-run railway system over the country.
Right.
We have Amtrak.
Right.
So the government just kind of outsourced the fucking trains for America to Amtrak. So they're tied up with them.
Why don't you just go to jail where he gets to see the sunset with Chong?
Sounds like he could use a break, dry out a little.
Right?
Maybe it's what he needs.
Be good for him. Yes.
He was a very nice guy in Big Hero 6.
Everybody needs
everybody
needs to know that they can't do that. And thank you, that TJ Miller guy. Now we know.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about calling the feds about a bomb scare? Think twice. Because look at this guy.
If you don't see something, don't say something.
Right. And if you do see something, you got to act super casual.
Yeah.
And then kick him in the neck.
No.
Nobody expects that. And that will give you time to get the bomb out of the plane.
Right.
Wait, out of the train. Yeah. Because you can't open the window in the plane.
But on a train...
Interesting tidbit. A lot of people get crazy, start janking on doors. Remember, when you're in the plane, someone's yanking on a door. Chill out, man.
Don't worry about it.
You can't open it.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I start laying out bets because he's crazy.
Yeah.
So he'll take that bet.
I wrestle the guy to the floor because that's going to be fun.
You can make some sweet cash out of it.
The only thing you need to worry about on a train, obviously, is when it becomes overrun with feces, and then there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Because you just have a literal shit train to nowhere.
Right. And that smell attracts reindeer from me.
Wow.
Tolly was waking up to explosions the other day, and I thought that was exploding head syndrome that he had.
Who had exploding
head? It just reminded
head?
me of it because you said thunderclap headache or whatever.
My wife might have exploding head syndrome as well. She's in hell with some headaches this morning.
Can
Said
you
she couldn't
explain-
sleep all night.
Can you explain what you're accusing me of having?
I think it's something where you wake up suddenly with the sound of an explosion, but it's all going on inside your head.
Ooh, I see.
What? You
That
got those
sounds
yet,
crazy,
Kevin?
But I was awake and my wife was next to me.
You got those?
Ah, come on in.
Oh, man.
So you're saying that doesn't happen to everybody?
It's fucking crazy. I literally just said that to Andrew. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know this was the thing that's happened to me.
Oh no, you're just now finding out?
Yeah, and it's not like a thing that happens regularly. Like, have you ever been? Have you ever listened to like the hip hop channel when like they're playing a
fucking
song and then
unbelievable.
some guy keeps hitting the explosion button where a bomb just goes like.
Oh my. Like that?
No, that's more of
Hit
just
it a
like
few
the.
times.
It's a really crappy sounding explosion sound effect.
So like a Funkmaster Flex kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Andrew, could you please drop the bomb?
And I think this. Yeah. I've heard that explosion in my head before, and I was like, why? Why won't this stop?
Alright.
And it was only a I don't know, maybe a week-long period where it had happened, but it was annoying.
Can you look it up?
Wait, for a week you would hear explosions in your head?
Not like constantly, but every now and then.
Did it ever happen when you were at work? Did you ever were you ever talking to us on the radio and you're like, just don't, I'm not even going to mention the fact that I just heard trench warfare between my ears?
You didn't
No,
say
it's never
anything
happened.
to like your girlfriend, like, did you hear that explosion?
I mean, I it didn't sound like I knew it was a sound in my head. I wasn't like, uh-oh, we're under attack.
Episodic cranial sensory shock. It's benign. That's good.
I've also, and it has woken me up from sleep before, and one of the weirdest things that's ever woken me up from my sleep was it felt like someone blew directly in my ear, like put their lips like a millimeter from my ear and went and blew in it, and I woke up like swatting my ear, like gaggy, and there was nobody there.
That's a ghost.
I was gonna say that maybe you're possessed, and the pain in your brain and the explosion is the demon inside your mind.
From a guy
Could have been.
who died in World War I.
Oh, he's ducking bombs inside your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Think about it.
Well, this sounds somewhat similar to the plot of our friend's new movie.
Segue.
Friend.
Wait, is he here? Hey!
What's up? Good to see you too, dude. Hello? How's it going? Hello.
What's up, champ? How are
Good
you?
to see you, buddy.
Tyler Posey, everybody.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we don't fuck around.
Look at this. Shit.
Welcome back, Tyler.
Son of a bitch. Hey,
You got a movie?
Yeah, this is, I feel like, the first time I've been here actually promoting something.
Looks like everyone's super pretty in your movie.
There's some good looking kids in this movie.
Wow, people die hard.
I'm dating one of the girls in this movie now.
Oh, there was my next question.
Yeah.
Cool.
You weren't dating her when it started?
No, I had a love triangle between the blonde girl who plays my girlfriend and Lucy Hale, who's the short hair girl.
In the movie you did?
In the movie I did, but that, Sophia, the dark girl, is now my girlfriend.
Ooh, the dark girl.
She's beautiful.
Ah,
She's the coolest, dude.
Yeah, when that just happened. Because when didn't you go out with somebody else before that? I haven't seen you for a long time.
It's been a bit, yeah. I don't think I've been dating anybody since I last saw you.
Okay, so you've just been cruising around, and now you're saying this is a girlfriend, like you're dating her.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, big time. We're getting close to
pretty
a year,
serious.
sort of, yeah.
How long?
Almost a year, I guess.
Oh wow! And it came from this movie.
Came from this movie. Had no idea who she was before.
Cinderella story, huh?
Yeah, kind of, right? How you doing?
I'm awesome.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you.
Any new ink?
Probably yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I always stay busy with that one.
Yeah, I filled up my arm.
You did?
All the
So
way.
you've been. So
been
you just.
busy.
So that's it. What about can you see your tattoos in the movie?
Sometimes I did a show called Jane the Virgin right after Teen Wolf, and they wrote all my tattoos into the character. I had to get like release forms for them all.
Right,
Because
from the artist.
ever since The Hangover, and
Yep.
they copied Mike Tyson's tattoo.
Yeah, I know.
They got sued and lost.
I know. And you know what? You're in movies a lot, and I am not. But every movie I've ever been in, I've got a lot of tattoos, and I've had to do that.
Do the release form, right?
Yeah,
It's
the
kinda funny,
very first time, because especially when you're just a shithead who's making a cameo, and all of a sudden all these people are calling you, telling you have to call all these tattoo people that I have. I'm like, I don't even know if some of these people are alive anymore.
yeah.
Can't you just fucking? No, we have to get everybody. I was like, oh my god, this is hell.
I just had one of my tattoo artists die. So
Oh.
I don't know how. I've been like wondering how I'm gonna.
You think you're in the
get
clear
release
now
form
because
for
he
that.
can't sue the network. He's dead.
But his
crazy,
estate,
huh?
because the state could theoretically.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many loopholes with that.
Can't you just? I always thought because I saw Henry Rollins in a movie once and he didn't have any tattoos, and I'm like, oh,
You
just put makeup on.
You can put makeup on.
It's
it.
kind of a
just-
big. It's a hassle.
It's more time in the makeup chair, which means you're coming in early, which means they're paying longer for you to be there and for the makeup artist, and it's just something that.
Can't you just wear like
long sleeves and stuff?
No, the skin sleeve tee.
I've been trying to like come up with some invention and I want to go on Shark Tank, and
Well,
like
you haven't
some,
got it
some
though yet.
super easy way to cover
Right.
up tattoos.
Just something where you just wear it and you're in the clear.
Yeah, because
What about shirts?
Shirts?
Yeah, well, that's no. He's talking about.
Has anybody claimed those yet?
He's talking about showing your arms, but somehow not having tattoos. But that kind of takes away from ever having tattoos.
Yeah, exactly.
But I get it. You're an actor. You got to do both. You got to transform yourself into something else sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not
yeah.
a cool guy that's got a lot of tattoos and rides bikes on the road.
Right.
So
doing
moving
that.
forward, real quick, would you just when you get a tattoo, just get a release from the guy up front?
Now what I do is I mention it to them. Say, hey, down the line I might hit you up and get a release form. Because it's specific per project. You can't just get one overall release.
Oh,
form.
I see. Okay.
So it's kind of a pain in the ass. You got to do it every time. I feel like there's one that's kind of you can do a general, but I get.
It's some bullshit. Wait, if you make every drawing, you did the drawing. Does that mean if you did the art, would that make you in the clear on all of them?
If I did the art for my tattoo, but I didn't tattoo it on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because I actually had to. I did a tattoo on myself.
Yes.
I had to sign a release.
Right. So if you were like, no, I did the design, because I think there was a couple of them where, like the wolf knife one, I didn't have to. I was like, that's my design.
That makes sense. Yeah, but they didn't even get you a release form. Just for
Well, I did. They got me because he did a bunch of other tattoos, so they had to get everything.
Right.
What about if you had like a Batman logo on you, and DC was just like, nope.
Interesting. I'm sure.
I mean, they could totally say
I'm
no.
sure. Yeah, totally. Never
I mean,
thought
what
about
character would want a Batman tattoo in a movie?
that's a real specific character.
Yeah, it's tough.
I feel like it would only work in a DC thing.
Yeah, I think the only good thing about that is usually a Batman tattoo is small enough to cover.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm sure there's some guys out there.
Big old chest piece.
No one's ever got that, right?
That's my next one.
A Batman chest piece? No one's got it.
It's just like a montage of like
Hopefully not.
Kilmer, Clooney,
Yeah.
Affleck.
And then I get who had the nipples? Oh, that was Batman. Oh yeah, that Batman. Who had the hard nipples?
I think Clooney had
Was
the
that Clooney?
nipples.
I thought a couple of them had nipples.
Did they?
They were all nipply for a while, and
Oh,
like
look at that. There's way more than
bulgy. Oh my god! Wow, there's people that have total.
the
If you-
entire chest.
Wait.
If you can imagine it, you can find it on a Google image search.
Some people have like a Batman's body underneath their body, as if to say that underneath they are Batman.
It's pretty poetic.
That's pretty weird.
There
Because I
is.
mean, you seem to be like kind of a
Those
skinny guy
skin tearing
with
tattoos are
with
weird.
pierced nipples. I don't believe you're Batman, really. And you know what? If you have a Batman tattoo where your skin's dripping and it shows that underneath you are Batman, you can't have any other tattoos on the rest of your body that aren't Batman. 'Cause it's like super themed out
It's
now.
like conflicting ideologies.
It doesn't make any sense,
So you
man.
have Chinese and Hebrew on you at the same time.
Batman and tattoos don't make sense.
You don't think so?
I don't think Batman has tattoos.
No, probably not. I bet he has brands. I bet he'd get branded.
Right.
That's pretty badass.
But I feel like he'd only get more of a... He'd get a brand because he had a cut and they branded it to seal the wound.
Right. Yeah, a little solder.
Yeah, I don't see him like, ooh, let me paint a pretty picture with my brand.
Yeah.
See, I don't know about that. I feel like if they were starting the Christian Bale cycle now, rather than when they did it, it wouldn't shock me at all if they decided that he's got like a sleeve or something.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
That's a certain kind of like I'm a businessman, but I'm also doing CrossFit kind of vibe that some dudes have.
Yeah, totally.
There's some shredded billionaires with sleeves out there for sure.
I just don't see Christian Bale, Batman, as a guy that goes to a tattoo shop to get some ink. He's pretty fucking dark, man. He's pretty pissed. I mean, he's been doing all those weird ninja shits for the longest time now. He's back here fighting crime. Did he stop fucking...
tattoos.
He might have got some tattoos when he was having threesomes and shit.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty hoard out for a little bit.
Was he? I missed that one.
Remember he had the girls in the waterfall?
This is part one.
No, the last one, they were swimming in a waterfall. But that was when he was drunk and he sobered up, you know. He got his shit together because he wanted to win the love of some bitch. I don't know.
He seems like a guy who would have trained with some guy in like deep in Asia and got some letters to remember it by.
Yeah, he might have got some monk tattoo.
Right?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
some type of like spiritual monk.
Right, yeah.
Like Tibetan, like red,
like
not
Tibetan,
red, not black.
The fucking praying eagle,
Yeah.
prancing bullshit. Yeah. Fucking
Like
douche.
Angelina Jolie tattoos. I feel like he's got.
Oh god, you're really cutting him down to size now. But yeah, he probably does have like a weird Angelina Jolie shoulder blade
Yeah, exactly,
tattoo.
yeah.
You fucking bitch. I'm pretty sure I could beat him. There's me, too many tough guy fucking contests.
Yeah, you could beat him.
So what else is going on besides that?
Got this movie out. I'm in a band. We're touring the UK next
You won't
month.
stop, huh?
Won't stop what?
Is the band thing working out?
It finally is. I took a long time off because of Teen Wolf kept me really busy and I didn't really have enough time to commit all my energy to it, I guess.
Yeah.
And as soon as Teen Wolf ended, I started really taking it seriously. We've been in the studio for 2 weeks recording like a little 6-song EP. And it sounds really fucking good.
What kind of music is it?
It's like heavy punk.
And you're gonna go on tour and just be like a band guy?
For a while, yeah, I made a commitment to my acting side that I would, really try to divide it 50-50 and commit 50% of my time to both.
Would you do a movie where you had AIDS and you had to lose like 60 pounds?
Yeah, sure.
You would do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if the role was cool enough, the script's cool enough, people involved were cool enough, sure,
Yeah.
why not? I mean, that's pretty heavy. I've never really thought about doing a transformation like that. But that'd be cool. It'd be a cool experience. I like doing things for like weird experiences.
I was watching that Dallas Buyers Club again the other day and I was like, man, those dudes got like both of them, not just one. I always thought that it was McConaughey, but other guy who's also in a band like you.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, he got he cut a lot of weight. That looked like an unhealthy thing to do. It's a lot
really
of effort
unhealthy.
there.
Tom Hanks almost died for The Castaway.
Did he really?
Yeah.
How did he almost die?
He got really sick. I don't know how.
It's like renal failure or something.
Not from losing the weight, just from like getting something while he was out
I'm
there.
not sure. No. I think it was from losing the weight like rapidly.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, he was a very fat old, and doing it when you're way older is 1,000 times harder.
Yeah.
So how old was he
I don't know if
doing
he
that?
almost died, but
I don't know how old he was in
Like
Castaway.
50?
No.
Maybe
He
not
was
that
probably
old. Certainly
40s.
certainly in his 40s.
Well, anyway, that's.
Therapies now prevent gaining weight. Whoa.
Wait, what now?
Tom Hanks says diabetes now prevents him from gaining weight for roles. He says yo-yo diet should be left to younger stars. That is something he said in 2013.
Yo-yo diet. What is that?
That means when you go up and down.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Fluctuate your weight.
That makes sense.
For all the other roles that he did. Because what are the other roles that he did where he lost a bunch of weight?
So what were those?
Was Philadelphia? He had AIDS in Philadelphia, I think. Character, right?
He most definitely had AIDS in Philadelphia. I can confirm that.
You're spot on with that one.
So maybe he had to drop some weight.
I believe he died of that. Spoiler alert.
Oh, come on, man. It's on my queue.
I'm joking. He bounces back. They get the editor just in time. It's 1981. You know.
Quick, take this AZT.
Yeah. Turns out that's not good for you either.
What is?
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. So would you ever, would you tell your agents, I really want to do some dark, gritty shit, or would you wait for it to kind of fall in your lap?
No, I think you can kind of be specific, sort of, and kind of dictate where you want to go. Like, after this movie and after Teen Wolf, and I was doing a couple of, sort of more lighthearted roles, I was like, I really want to do some comedy. And they're like, fuck yeah, let's get you some comedy shit. And so, all I went out for was comedy stuff. So you can be kind of specific and kind of look for certain roles.
Can you tell them the next movie I must either lose or gain 75 pounds?
I could try, yeah. I'm sure they'll figure something out.
Even if it's like, you know what I mean, you're just supposed to be like just a young, frustrated teen, be like, look, I really feel my character needs to put on 70 pounds in the middle of it. And you just fucking go hard, just eat like a maniac, and people start going, man, you can tell the person put on 70 pounds to be a frustrated student in some high school.
That passion, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passion, you know. But
you show up like, coming out of your shorts and shit, just shoving burgers in your face.
I've tried. I
I
can't.
love you, baby.
Are you going to say you can't gain weight?
I can't yet.
Oh,
I've tried, kind of.
So
I haven't
you're-
really tried, though.
So really, you're only looking for roles where you've got AIDS.
Yes.
Right, because you can do. I mean, do you even know you can shred? Can you get down?
I probably,
You don't even know?
I probably get
Okay.
it. I don't know how. I've never cut
What
weight or
about
anything.
if the role was? I'm saying real good script, and it was because I was talking about this on my podcast last night. But what if there was? Because you know how there's sheep that are like human sheep. Sometimes people have sex with sheep, and then a baby comes out and it kind of dies, but it's like a sheep.
That's actually happens.
Yeah, it's like a goat man. It's like goats. They look like
That
humans,
happens?
but they die. Yeah.
Because that can't survive. It's more common in the
Yeah.
hinterlands
But
than
they
you'd
still get
realize.
fertilized and
Yeah, because a lot of people bang the sheep
Right,
in the where
That
was
makes
it again?
In the hinterlands.
In the hinterlands,
That
a lot of
makes
people
sense, I
bang the
get
sheep
that,
in the
yeah.
hinterlands. So every now and then one will like survive in the uterus and come out
frightening.
half of, right. It is very frightening. But I was saying with technology, I was kind of writing a script last night.
Okay.
Obviously, the script will be rewritten by somebody far better than me because it's a bad script. But just the premise is that they have the stuff to keep this thing alive so that it grows up.
Okay.
It doesn't die when it's a fetus. It
Yeah.
grows up to be a man. So it's like a half goat, half man.
And
And it's
is it
like,
just
and how does
in-
it survive in the world today? Because you have to accept it in today's society. When goat men start existing,
So it's just
you
goat
can't.
in the daily life. In the
Yeah,
life-
I
in the
feel like
life
they'd
of
be
goat
like
men.
more of a man, but like more, you know, what I mean, a little bit furrier skin, I think, and you know, white and weird
Like,
looking.
that dude from Half Baked and Saturday Night Live.
Jim Brewer.
Yeah, Jim Brewer.
Go-
Yeah, but
go
see,
for
that
it.
was a comedy. See, this is a very serious
So
movie
it's
where
a
a
serious
kid grows
movie.
up. Yeah, because you're him,
Oh, I'm Goat Man.
right? I mean, you've been a wolf, a
That's
teen wolf. Can't you be a teen goat?
Absolutely.
Do you have that kind of range?
Right.
He's perfect.
See, I don't know if you think you don't think that was a little over the top. I mean,
We can dial it down.
I don't know. He might have
I'm
to.
just schmoozing him.
Yeah, because he's got to. You know, what I mean, he wants to be cool with the kids. I don't think like.
That's a really sad story.
I think, but right, it's
Yeah.
tough because people when they see his face,
I feel like
it's
my
kind
left
of.
foot.
Have you ever seen the movie the dude with the big head, Rocky?
Mask.
Mask? You ever see the movie Mask?
Not the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
You got to watch Cher and this dude that has a really big head.
Okay.
And it's hard. Kids treat him different.
Oh, is
That's
that
how I
Elephant
s-
Man, is it?
It's not
No,
Elephant Man.
it's
Rocky Dennis. He's
based on
all
a true
fucked up.
story.
Okay.
Rocky Dennis is a real person. And the movie was Cher made fun of this real person
Did she get
by
raped?
making a movie about him about how ugly he was and pretend to be his mum.
People think she's nice, but she's,
And then he
she's
just-
a monster. She's the real monster, actually. That's
Yeah,
sort of the
then
twist
that
of it.
dude just died and she kept all the money. True story.
You know that place up in Malibu? All Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, all
money.
Rocky Dennis money. Yeah, that giant head is that giant house.
Yeah, I'll play Goatman.
I think you could be.
It's Goatman.
He
Is how I've written it.
Not
But
Goatman.
you can be Goatman.
He could be a SoundCloud rapper. He's gonna have like a really unusual flow.
See, once again, I feel like you guys are going. If I'm Goatstein, I'm not beharing at people, all right? Because I can talk. Thank you very much. I just look a little bit like a goat man.
But you talk a little bit like a goat. It's got to be kind of 50-50.
I'll go with when you laugh. It's like.
Can the beginning of the movie start with like the when the insemination?
Yes.
happens?
Oh, the guy fucking a goat.
Yeah, and then you see the kind of like the fly. Like
I mean,
you see the
how do you
motion
do that
of
in a
it.
tasteful way? Because you can't have
Show
like
from behind.
Right. Thank you.
In the shadows.
Right, in the shadows. Yeah, maybe like a. But not a lot of guy moving, you know, like no pumps, no like.
Okay.
Yeah, none of that.
You just see it in the shadows, in the dark, from behind, and just long enough that you register what it is. And in the next room, there's like his really Christian grandmother is like praying the rosary because she knows what's going on in there,
Yeah.
and how totally unholy.
And as it fades, you sort of hear. Yeah,
It's all implied, rather.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's born in Mexico, so he's constantly hunted as meat.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. That's the other thing. Yeah, when some of the villagers figure out who he is when he's really young, they try to eat him. Yeah. So he's been racked up before and almost, cut open. He's a
survivor.
Very fragile.
Yeah. It's not a boy. That's a delicacy.
So it's like that other element, like sort of like a Mississippi Burning sort of element, where there's a lot of bad people that are trying to wreck this innocent child, and then there's these good people around Goat Teen that is protecting him.
Teen Goat, if you will.
Teen Goat, sorry.
I think you could pitch this to Blumhouse, the same people that did this movie.
Right.
That I just did.
Oh, for real?
And they'd be totally down.
Because we got a couple ideas.
Easy, let's do it.
Really?
So far, that's the best one I've come up with, but that only is good because it's got Tyler Posey in it.
Yeah.
I always totally crumbles if he leaves.
I always have rabies babies in the shoot. Let's do it.
What?
Rabies babies.
Yeah, how dare you say what? You go, yes.
Yes.
It's a 2-word pitch, man.
Yeah.
Rabies. Babies.
Yeah, he says that. He says that, and I start walking out expecting for somebody to grab me to stop me to offer me a huge chunk of money for that.
Yeah, amazingly
Rabies
enough,
baby.
I've said it on the air like 20 times and nobody has cut me a check.
Yeah, movie's not out yet.
It's unbelievable.
Huh. Interesting.
It's so goddamn simple.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna kill him? You have to. Fucking rabies babies.
You have to
Fast.
You have to kill the babies?
Of course. What
Let's
else you
go
gonna do?
Well, they
rabies.
have rabies, so it's hard to kill, right? Because they're
Fuck yeah, they're fast as fuck.
Very fast.
Yeah, and as soon as they don't have to like kill you, they just have to bite your finger.
Yeah.
So like as soon as they get near you, they're nibbling like
And then what
fuckers.
happens when you get rabies? Are you now an adult rabies person?
No, you die.
Or do you just die?
Yeah.
Good.
Right. Moms have to kill their babies.
Yep.
Babies kill their moms.
Babies have to kill
Does
babies.
a baby ever
Baby on
eat
baby?
its way through
Brothers kill babies.
the pregnant belly?
Yes.
Yes.
That's one of the opening scenes.
That's
Trailer
the
moment,
opening
yeah.
scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Trailer moment.
That's Mariah Carey. We got Mariah Carey for a cameo on that one. She comes out of another person's stomach as a
She's
baby.
the baby?
Yeah, she's a baby.
I thought she was
With
the
rabies.
pregnant
Yep.
woman. She is the baby.
Yeah. How's she doing?
Mariah, oh, she's doing great. She's fabulous.
Good. I'm concerned about her sometimes. You met her yet?
Mariah Carey? No.
Hmm.
I haven't. I don't think I've met too many.
Met any?
J-Lo.
You saying you haven't
Yeah.
met too many celebrities? The
Yeah.
big A-listers?
I might have. I definitely have.
Anybody try to take you for a quick one, like the older ladies looking for some young action?
Yeah, probably, actually.
Right?
Okay, so if you don't name a name, can you tell us how that might have gone down?
I'm trying to think. Let me think. No one that you would have known, I don't think, but just
Right. So you're at a party. Janine Garofalo catches your eye.
Yeah, and
Yeah. And then Janine saunters over.
I don't even know who that is.
Pulls her dick
Perfect.
out.
Pulls her dick out.
Yeah, says, hey,
Mine
shave
or-
my beard.
Shave my dick
Yeah,
beard, or
shave my beard tonight, she says.
Yeah.
And off you go to the bathroom for some hot anal sex.
Wow, fun.
With Janine Garofalo.
With Janine Garofalo. World famous butt fucker.
Very fun.
That name doesn't mean anything to you? That's so funny.
I've heard this. It sounds familiar.
It's okay. You know, she was a
Come in, Eddie.
in the 90s.
Eddie came in to see you.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Mr. Jackson.
He heard you were here.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Wow, dude.
I don't know why are you coming here to... It seems like if he's
Crash
coming here
the-
because
King
if he
Crash
doesn't
the
come
party.
here, there's no
What's
other
up,
way to get
dude?
to see him.
Great to see you, man.
See you.
Happy Easter, happy Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Oh, dude, you owe
Happy
me a
Christmas.
lot of those.
I owe you a lot.
Sit down, Eddie.
Eddie Jackson.
Used to be.
Somebody knocked over this
Tyler's
Harley
trainer.
outside. I wasn't sure. if it
Who's
was
arguing
you.
outside?
No, somebody knocked over this Harley outside. And I wasn't sure if it was
Is it
you.
you? I rode my bike here.
You rode your bike here. So you really are the... do you have a car?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I try.
But do you use it or are you just pretty much on the bike?
I've been trying to rack the miles up on the bike lately.
So why all of a sudden the bike?
I like to work on them, and sometimes
seen that.
they get to a point where I break it, and I don't know how to fix it until eventually I either get a part or figure out whatever I'd fix.
I understand that predicament. I'm in the middle of trying to sort out how to still be a race car driver now that I don't have a race team or have any of those things, and I was trying to figure out how to race cars and work on my own car, and I'm really bad at working on cars. I can barely change a tire on my dirt bike, so...
They're hard, man. I mean, YouTube is a pretty great thing for learning how to work on shit.
Yeah.
And just trial and error. But so now my bike is finally at a point where I can ride it around a lot now. It's very exciting.
Yeah, you got like 20 bikes though.
I just bought a couple of dirt bikes.
Wait, you ride dirt bikes?
I just started, yeah. Just bought a couple of dirt bikes. Taught my
Take
girlfriend
it
how to
easy,
ride a
man.
bike. I know it's I went out on the dirt for the first time. It's totally different than on the street.
You're not going on dirt bike tracks, right?
What do you mean?
Like
Like
motocross
jumps and
tracks?
shit?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I was just out and
That's a good idea.
not yet at least.
Yeah, take it easy for a
Yeah.
while, because those things, they're, you know what I mean,
I do.
pretty
It's
merciless.
scary. I'm scared just
What shit
riding
you got?
on the dirt. It's so slippery.
Well, on the ground, if you slip out, you fall on the ground. That's cool.
Yeah.
Jumps, man. That's when things get real bad.
No, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, you're young, you can bounce off the ground, but I feel like you got a lot of acting in you. You don't want to.
Yeah,
Do you need to go to hospital for all that shit?
But I would like to, get good at it. I like that shit.
I'm trying to have a tricycle race with these.
Like a
Coleman.
tricycle?
No, there's like I got motorized tricycles from a company that makes them, and they said they'd give me a bunch of them to race.
Sick.
So they're plastic tires in the back and a mountain bike.
Oh, so you drift?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they're really
cool.
hard. They're like a lot harder than people think. Like you're like if I had
It's
4 or
all
5 of
opposite
them,
or something?
they're just like they drift side to side, and that if you're going straight and you're just going side to side down the road, then sure, maybe you'll have some fun. But if you tried to turn around, or if you try to go faster than lock on the brakes, things spin out real
Really?
quick. Yeah,
Any
yeah. Like
good
see
bail
this
videos?
guy, like he's not. I
He's
mean,
got it pretty under control.
well, he's not really doing anything. But anyway, if I make an actual track where you have to do circles, it's a lot harder because just hanging it out the side versus actually going around a course. For some reason, it actually gets hard. But I figure a bunch of celebrities,
Those are badass.
right?
Those are
See,
cool.
lots of people would want to have a go at it,
Look at that
right?
wheel. That thing is like as big as my motorcycle tire.
Yeah, so I think I might have invented a thing, and I just talked to the Hoonigan guys. Do you know who they are? The Ken Block and all those dudes.
Yeah, I have like yeah.
Yeah, those dudes
totally.
just told me before the show that they want to be involved in that thing.
No
so that
shit.
means I'll get some people that can actually, because they're making stupid stuff too. So maybe we could really torture ourselves. You won't get punched in the face.
And I won't get punched in the
Yeah,
face.
it's like a race.
So I'm allowed to do this.
There's no there's no physical. I mean, your tricycle could hit somebody else's tricycle, but I don't imagine anybody needs to go to hospital from that, or you know what I mean, or there's any permanent markings from the tricycle race. So it's up your alley if you
So
want to be
you're
part of it.
inviting me?
I am. I would
Oh,
love to
wow.
see you, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually got hit.
When are you thinking about it?
May.
I'll be in the UK from the 20th.
Oh, your band. You'd be ripping it up.
But if you can make it work, I'm down.
Well,
You're bringing your girlfriend?
She's meeting us there the last 3 days.
Perfect.
So you're just gonna plow it out until she gets there? What? This is real love.
Plow what out? With my hand? I'm just gonna jerk off.
No, I meant like all the ladies out there. You don't.
Nobody's married on the road. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody knows that. That's why you're in a band.
That's ridiculous.
That's not rock and roll. That's what you rock and roll guys do. I thought.
Doing other chicks?
Yeah. You don't do that. You don't write songs about how your chick at home doesn't get it.
Get
and
life on the road.
and this one in the bus is totally getting it.
Rockstar
Finally,
stuff.
somebody understands me, bus lady.
Nobody understands
This chick
me.
that can't speak
Like
English
bus
I
lady.
barely know gets it.
Oh, man.
All
Yeah,
night.
no,
Yeah.
I haven't yet. But you're more than welcome to come with us and
I am
the-
46. I don't want to go anywhere. Man, I'm done. Leave me alone. I don't want to go there. In a band, that would be terrible. You guys are
Do you
gonna
not
like.
play at all anymore?
You'll be up late.
Yeah, we're gonna be up really late.
God, it's probably gonna be very loud.
Right?
So loud.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Suck.
A lot of people talking afterwards and stuff. Sounds very torturous.
Sound checking, and
Oh.
cables.
Yeah.
I hate cables. Don't even get me started on cables.
You do hate cables, don't you?
Sound check really pisses me off.
Why is that?
I'm joking. I don't care.
He doesn't care.
I never minded that.
What was your band name?
Death, Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Nothing ever anymore.
Not really. No, I don't really. I mean, the guy that was good in the band. No offense to Tully. We're not friends with him anymore. So.
Chris.
Yeah. So there's. I mean, we might do a song with Hate Bean because Hate Bean did a fucking awesome album by himself.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd like to be a part of that, but I don't know about going on the road. Like you just said, I don't. I'm interested in doing the radio show on the road because that's what I know that is the people that made the show like. So if we went there and gave them the show that made us, then I know that everybody gets what they want. Does everybody want me to sing to them? I don't think so. I think that's enough.
I'm sure they were about it.
Maybe one every now and then at Ellis Mania, and that's what happens. I feel like everybody's happy with the, like, oh, let's go on the road. Hey, everybody up! No, I'm not. I'm like, hey, everybody, welcome to the Jason Ellis Show. That's what I want to say. On the road. I really want to go to this fucking Yuck Yuck thing in Canada. It's my...
Yuck Yuck.
Yuck Yucks have got chains of comedy stores in Canada. I want to go there and...
Yeah, you should come with us and we can all not sleep with people.
Yeah.
Cool, sure. That sounds great.
Wait a
All the
minute,
way
wait a
across
minute.
Canada.
Yeah.
I love Canada.
What about...
Canada has great humor.
And not sleeping with
Just
people,
relax
too.
And, shit, and not sleeping with people?
Mm-hmm.
Probably be
Can
some
I, can I
cables.
just bring my girlfriend with us?
Oh, we get to sleep with her as well, though.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I just made that up. See,
Road rule.
See,
She gave it a shot.
She's
Depending
pretty
on my
hot.
reaction.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, cool.
Road rules.
You never know. Right. Yeah, it's an old band thing. Road
Everybody
rules.
knows that.
Yeah, yeah. Mikasa, Tsukasa.
Do your agents want you to be 50-50 between... I'm sure they'd rather you just focus on acting, right?
Yeah, definitely, but...
But you love the riff.
I love the riff.
Mm-hmm. You're powered by the riff.
I love
You could say the power of the riff controls you.
Kind of does, yeah.
Uh,
I really like it. And they know how much I like it. And I think that they know that it's not something that's just like... I'm kind of half-assed doing. And the product isn't that bad. It's pretty good.
Can we hear something from your most recent EP?
Yeah, not the most. We're still in the studio right now, so that's being finalized and everything. But we do have a demo out that we recorded ourselves. So the quality isn't that great, but it's on not SoundCloud, but Spotify and Apple Music and shit like that. If you want, you can.
Okay, Andrew's
Pvmnts, Pvmnts, Pavements with no vowels.
Yeah, that's what you got to do now because all the good names got taken 30
All the good
years
names
ago.
got taken.
Right.
There was a band called Pavement.
Nobody remembers them, just like Janine Garofalo. Don't worry about it.
No idea.
I heard she had a stinky box anyway.
Did you?
Nah.
So this
I've
movie,
always liked her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did
Yeah.
you?
This movie of yours,
Nah.
Truth or Dare, would this be like a boobs out kind of horror movie?
PG-13.
Oh.
But we did a good job at making a PG-13 movie feel like an R movie.
So tits come out.
It's still.
So then you're telling me there's tits.
So you're telling me there's tits. I do have a
There's
sex
tits
scene.
on the eye can see and kids can't see.
There
Is
was a
that
sex
his-
scene.
Oh, yeah?
That I'm involved in. Yeah.
Oh, you fuck someone?
My first sex scene.
Really? What's his name?
I
I don't know. I have to make that joke every single time. I do that to everyone.
Is it with your new girlfriend or is it with another
It
girl?
was with one of the other girls.
Yeah.
How long did that take to film?
2 minutes. I'm quick. A couple hours. Long enough for it to get kind of awkward and
Yeah, I bet.
and then not get awkward again.
Real
You
name.
chop up at all?
I didn't. My nuts and wang were in this weird little sock ball, and it just looked like this ball.
Oh, you naked?
I was completely naked.
Oh, wow, you had to do the fucking naked sock? Well, so you're pumping her.
She was pumping me.
Oh.
People around.
Did you feel their beef bone on you?
A little bit, yeah.
That's real.
That's great. That's great.
That's real.
Did you cop a feel?
Yeah.
You got a cop a feel, right?
I think I was directed to cop a feel, so.
So did you grab,
you had
you
no
grab
choice.
titties?
I don't know if I grabbed titties.
Ass.
There was, yeah,
What'd you grab?
There was some ass grabbing.
Yeah.
I don't think I grabbed any. It was PG-13.
There's no way to fake like hardcore making out though, right? You totally.
Yeah, you
fucked
hardcore made
yourself,
out.
Yeah, we made out.
Oh, that's
Fuck
great.
yeah.
It's weird, dude. It's
I disagree. I'm
it's
super
sometimes-
comfortable in this.
It's sometimes cool and sometimes a whack part of the business that, like, every job you gotta kiss somebody and have your girl kiss somebody. And
What's wrong with that?
Sometimes you get a little whack.
No way.
No way.
It's awesome.
You don't like watching your girlfriends make out with other dudes?
I don't really care, but
You don't care? Why don't you bring your girlfriend over to make out with me? Because I'm trying to work on my acting skills, and I feel like your girlfriend would be perfect because it's like weird, you know. I mean, I don't even know her, but I'll make out with her because I'm committed to my craft.
You gotta get out of your comfort zone. That's the
Yeah.
first
He's
thing.
been practicing a lot.
Yeah, I'll put my dick in a sock and grab her ass. How about that?
I did that the other day.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
She was cool with it?
She's totally cool with
Alright,
it. Yeah, she's a really cool chick.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting down on the Sunset and putting my dick in a sock and grabbing some ass down there, see if I
Shit,
can't
man.
make it on Will's Instagram.
That's big.
Will's trying to fight crime in Hollywood because there's like a bunch of homeless people disturbing his like life, and he keeps filming them and they attack him from time to time.
Really?
Yeah, but it's he's had enough. I mean, these mongrels, you know what I mean? Like, just go into the bush. Like, Will lives in the city, he pays rent, he doesn't need to be attacked by these homeless mongrels. A lot of them are black too, Eddie.
What's that mean?
Don't know.
I love his Instagram. We share the same concept. Same shit.
Is that for me?
Oh, wow. This sure as shit isn't for us. That's a big no. Will?
No, I'll go on the street with you with my dick in a sock.
Oh, well, I see what he did there. Yeah, it's a big no.
What's that a big no?
You don't want to do that. I mean, that would be big press for Will's Instagram, but you should go out there and see what's going on. It's pretty bad.
It did. It looked kind of gnarly.
And Will's trying to put a stop to it, but as he said, he doesn't have any celebrity power.
It's a great idea.
Maybe
Sucks that you need celebrity power to make things
Teen
happen.
Goat does.
Go Teen Goat.
Anyway, what's this fucking the series?
So Pvmnts
Yeah,
is your
this shit.
band.
I fucking stop it.
Fuck yeah!
I hate this song.
Punk rock.
Is it? Is it? Is it?
You didn't get enough of it in context, dude. You got to hear the whole.
No, I get what you're doing. I just, it's. I'm not from that stuff. If you're having fun doing it, man, that's awesome. I just don't like punk rock, right?
The girls are gonna love you in
Sick.
Glasgow, though.
Sick. Cool.
You said, what, dude? I didn't say you were bad punk rock. I just said I don't like that kind of music. Will, am I a fucking... You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. There you go. I'm not going to... Especially you. You're my fucking friend. I'm not going to tell you that was great. I fucking hate that kind of music. I didn't think that was a bad version of that. I feel like if you're into that kind of music, which a lot of my friends are, and I don't fucking hate them for it...
Got you.
That sounded
Like the
exactly like that stuff.
Like the Madden dudes, do you hate their shit?
I mean, a lot of it, yeah. I liked their album they did without their band. So I kind of like I kind of liked the bit where they would do the harmony thing and sound acoustic and sound less punk rocky is the bit that I don't like.
You don't like the punk rock?
Not really. I mean,
Do you feel like it's like fake?
No, I feel like to me punk rock is you're too happy and it's weird to be happy when you're in punk rock, but I get that's what.
I'm not that happy.
Your band sounds happy as fuck.
But that's what I think is cool about it, is because the shit that we sing about is kind of, it's not what the music kind of sounds like, and I think that's what's kind of rad about it.
Do the kids like it?
We're getting some good listens to it, yeah.
That's awesome. Are you getting like a record deal or some shit?
We're not yet, no. But we got a bunch of talks with
You don't need
connections
one.
with people, and I don't think we need them right now.
Yeah, you don't need it at all. So there's your dates in Leeds, Manchester, Cardiff. Man, that's a proper UK tour.
Those are our headlining dates. It's just fucking weird because this is the first time we've played any show. So we're doing
One of the guys in your band is completely covered in hair.
That is a fake beard.
Oh, why? Is he like trying to stay anonymous?
That was the picture I chose. I got bored one day and decided to make these band picture logo things, and I asked if I could use that picture of him. He said yeah.
Let's punk rock.
Kind of punk rock, right?
Right. You got a pierced nose?
I used to, yeah.
Oh.
I took it out not too long ago.
You grew up?
It wasn't that long ago.
Right.
And it was annoying making out with it. It would always like fall out and I would wake up.
Never knew that. Yeah.
Sometimes I would make out with girls with a pierced nose ring also, and they would link.
Oh.
And one girl panicked one time. She was like, "Oh no! Don't move!" And I was like, "Chill out."
Did you finger her or something?
No, I ripped her nose ring out.
Good. She needs to learn a lesson.
Yeah,
there can only be one pierced nose.
There's
in
the
this
hard way and the
relation.
easy way.
Did you finger
I don't know. I don't like your band, but I'm happy that you got one. But I do like your movie.
Thanks, man.
I think your movie looks cool. I think it looks like bitches die and get tortured and shit. I'm all about that.
Did you ever see Final Destination?
Yeah,
Those
fuck yeah.
flicks?
Yeah, I love those.
Kind of the same idea, only these deal with like more. This friend group is more based around like friends, like the show Friends. Like they're really solid and they love one another, and it's all about like revealing their dark secrets and trying to break the friend group up.
Is Satan involved?
Demons are involved.
Cool, because that's really why I'm about it. What's this movie called?
It's called Truth or Dare. Yeah.
Truth or Dare.
I love a good teen horror movie.
Yeah, this is not. No, I mean it's not too reinventing the wheel, but it's really unique at what it does, and it's a really fucking dope movie. I freaked out the first time I saw it. I didn't think it was going to be that good, but it's really fucking good.
A dumb question: is it hard to act scared over and over? 'Cause you have to do the same shit like 30 times.
Not for me. No, I don't think so. Acting scared isn't that hard. I feel like.
You just have
Crying
to
is hard.
have to imagine you're fighting Tully at Ellis Mania. That'll do the trick. Right?
Terror, sheer terror, bone chilling.
I mean, that one was just sitting.
Terrifying.
Had to get it.
I backed out of fighting Tully again. I just want to say it out there.
There you go.
Yeah, I backed out of it.
It happens.
You were ready for him.
I'm always ready for
We got
him.
you ready for him.
It's not a matter of whether I'm ready or not. It's
Well, I'm glad
you
that
don't. You're right. You don't. I
I'm
don't
glad
care.
that I was able to give you some sort of source of fear you could tap into in making this movie.
Get that motivation.
There it is. When you see Tyler shitting himself in this movie, know where he got it from.
I did.
Michael, the fucking death machine Tully, because he put the fear in him.
She is.
It's always good to see you, dude.
Really good to see you.
And you can come in anytime. You know that. All right, everybody. We'll be back.
Eddie.
Dude. Hey, man. Shout out to thank you for that referral from your boy, Dylan.
Dylan Sprayberry?
Yeah, Sprayberry. Yeah, we were supposed to get some work and hit me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
I did. You just didn't respond.
Oh, you told me that?
I texted you. I said, yo, thanks for the referral.
Oh, shit.
And you said, fuck off.
I said, fuck off.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Good. People all sensitive about not texting back and shit. It's hard. I don't think about my phone.
Now you're too busy, fucking rock star.
Everything's good though? Yeah, pretty good, man. Not bad. Hey, you are here. Nice, dude. I did. It was dope. It was short.
Where's Andrew?
Good question.
Do you need me to get Jenny?
Yeah. Well, I thought Andrew's not getting there.
I don't know where he went.
cold burger.
Do you know where the chair came from?
Probably the office.
I think Kevin grabbed this.
Chair.
Oh.
We're done. Here.
We can hold it back here.
Just shove in my cold burger. This is not hot.
Frank will be here in 10 minutes. Told Jason Frank in 10 minutes.
Who did you fight last?
Sorry, what was that?
Who did you fight last?
I'll pull up. Looks like it was Mark Hunt. Hunt and Arlovsky were his last two fights in the UFC, both losses, beat Silva and Duffy prior to that.
I tried Duffy. When are we booking tickets? I'm not sure exactly. Yes, I'm talking about Frank Mir.
followers here? I need more followers on social media. I need people to understand I'm on all the time and I'm willing to do what it takes to get my show out there. Chuck, you can understand that, right?
I understand that, yeah.
And I think that you should put a glove on and punch me in the face until we get this right.
For you, I have no problem.
Yeah, my homie. Chuck Liddell is my friend. Good. Oh,
How was that for you, Jason?
there's a flash there already. Man,
Yeah.
that's such a good. You have such a heavy hand.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I think I have a biscuit chin, man.
An Australian judge
Oh, g'day.
has ruled that quote-unquote malicious farting in the workplace does not meet the legal threshold for workplace bullying. A $1.8 million negligence case was rejected by
Yeah.
Victoria's Supreme Court.
Oh, fucking g'day. I'm very proud to hear that, Michael. I mean, get over it, you know? Millions of dollars for farts. Unacceptable.
He claimed, this former employee, that his supervisor repeatedly abused him, including holding him down and farting on him. He claimed it resulted in depression, anxiety, and physical injuries, and claimed $1.8 million as part of an unfair dismissal case. Basically, he was unfairly fired after having been bullied with farts. And the judge straight up said, maybe you don't get, this is just the way Australian people joke around with each other. He said there may have been some cultural misunderstandings because the fired employee guy was German.
Oh.
You don't get it, German guy. We fart on each other. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. You don't fucking, no one fucking, everybody knows when you fart on your friends, it's fun. And that you love each other when you do it.
You fart because you love.
My boyfriend.
Who's that?
Right, Russell Crowe. Not to bring up anybody, but that's my boyfriend.
You're not dropping names, just dropping
I'm not
names.
a name dropper, I'm more of a gas dropper. Oh, that was a sweet one. And yeah, when he comes over and fucks me, I'll fucking fart on his cock every time he pumps into me on a certain angle. And he's never tried to sue me, Michael. Love the show.
Bindi Irwin. Always nice when she can drop by. A Russian woman
Oh, here we go.
was really the source of the most hilariously gruesome news on the planet. A 27-year-old Russian woman died after she was allegedly embalmed alive.
What's embalmed?
It's the shit
embalming
that they
fluid, right?
put in your corpse to stop you from decomposing.
But they put it inside her.
Well, they're supposed to put it inside you after you die.
Where was she where they put embalm? Like, how asleep is this bitch?
She was in a hospital, and she was supposed to be put on a saline drip. Yeah, she's supposed to get an IV. And instead...
Oh my god, they put formaldehyde in her veins.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah.
Oh my god, you are fired. Wrong button.
In the city of
That could have come out wrong, right? That sounded wrong.
Ulyanovsk, Russian.
I really did a Donald Trump right there, didn't I?
What?
Just "You Are Fired" and then a Mexican song? Like, holy shit. I want to reverse that button. Dumb button now!
They said
Hang on.
she's...
Okay.
This is just a test show, right?
Whew, that was close. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah.
Thank God for these exhibition games to work out the kinks before we go to the pros. She suffered horrible pains and convulsions for 2 days before falling into a coma. So her death
she
sounds
lived for 2 days with it!
both agonized and protracted. She was attached to a life support system, but her heart kept stopping. She died of multiple organ failure. And the worst part is, it seems like the doctors knew that they had made some kind of mistake, but how they refused to recognize or acknowledge just how bad the mistake was. So when the mother was like, she's not bouncing back from whatever procedure she did, have some legitimate procedure. That's why she was on the IV. When they said she's having a bad reaction, they were like, don't worry about it. It'll be fine in a couple of days, because they didn't want to own up to maybe having done something wrong. And so the mother's going, there's seriously something very, very wrong with my daughter, and they told her to just wait and that the symptoms would subside, and they didn't. And that is a picture of the now deceased 27-year-old lady.
She's super young.
Yeah. Yep.
How much
formaldehyde
money
does not discriminate.
Yeah, how much money? I mean, that's
a lot.
Right?
Oh yeah, wrongful death is about as negligent wrongful death is. That's big ticket negligence.
How do you get formaldehyde instead of?
I don't know why they would even have formaldehyde at a hospital, frankly.
Man,
I was wondering about that as well.
What do you use that for?
I don't know. Man, I'm the wrong guy to ask.
What's wrong with people?
We will be sending sperm into outer space.
So will I.
Hell yeah. Ejaculation.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sweet
Powerful.
loads. Yeah.
Hey, Eddie Jackson, welcome back.
Who's setting sweet loads? Or are you trying to hang
NASA.
out with Frank Mir? Fucking makes sense. What,
NASA,
how do you get loads into space?
They're going to launch it there. Not all by itself. They're going to put it on a spaceship that they're already sending up there.
Yeah.
They want to see what happens when sperm goes into space, because if we're ever going to spend a lot of time in space, or maybe colonize other planets or something, we're going to have to procreate. So they just want to know what happens to sperm, human and bull sperm, in anti-gravity. Now here's the part of that's the headline. The part of this article that grabbed me that I wish I knew more about is it says they are going to I get it now. Okay, they're going to use the sperm. It said they're going to use the sperm to fertilize an egg, so I thought that meant that they were going to conceive a baby in space.
Yeah,
I think
the
they're
torturous baby.
I think they're going to bring the world's first space baby. I thought they were going to do it up there. I think they're going to bring it up and then bring it back down and then fertilize an egg.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
because
that
you don't
makes
want
a
to
lot more
have
sense.
a baby in space by itself.
No, they can't raise themselves.
Right, even when it's real little, it's just a bad look.
Babies-
You can be like, look, scientists can be like, look, it's a fetus. It's not like it's going to run away anywhere. We've got it under control, but...
They're helpless here on Earth.
Right.
It'll look like E.T.
Wait, what?
It'll look like E.T.
And then there's that.
Oh, shit. Is he here? Oh, shit. How's it going, mate?
How's it going?
How you doing? Sit down, Frank. Frank Mir here, ladies and gentlemen.
Eddie Jackson. Part of the Bellator Heavyweight World Grand Prix.
Yeah. He's going to fight Fedor.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
You got to be pumped on that, right?
Yeah, very much so. It was a fight that I didn't really think was ever going to happen over the years, and now it came to.
Do you think it's a good, would you rather it when back in the day, or is this a good time for you to have Fedor, or do you don't really look at it like that at all?
Well, I mean, obviously I wish we could have both been when we're both at our tops. I mean, but that's not going to happen now, so this is better than nothing.
Do you think that him being a guy that is beatable on the ground now, or somebody like you is definitely better than him on the ground, but I feel like it's always been like he'll never catch him, but after he has been caught, do you feel like he's more susceptible and that is your game plan, or do you think, because I feel like I wouldn't say he hasn't improved, because he's improved, everybody has, but I feel like you're a better striker now than you used to be. Will you try to put that
Yeah, no,
on
I
him?
actually agree with you. I don't know if Fedor actually has improved over the years. I think that he had a really good skill set to begin with, such a strong background in Sambo, and had such success over there in Pride. And then over the years, being number one for so long, I think that he just never evolved. Other guys, would struggle and we'd face adversity, and I think through adversity, people strive to find, ways to better themselves. And, sometimes success can be a mofo. And sometimes when, things go too smooth sailing, I think that by the time that he had to learn that, oh man, I need to, maybe everybody's evolved past me, it seemed like he hasn't switched the next gear.
Right. No, I'm not even sure. I mean, who does he train with when it comes to, I mean, who he used to train with, he's the guy that nobody's better than him, nobody knew more than him where he started training. Now, what's the camp? Is he with the new blood of Russia? Or, I mean, does he live in...
I still think he takes on a mentor role, and he's very good at that, but I don't think, as you're putting out, I think that from what I understand, and I could be wrong, I don't think he is emptied his cup and sit there and pulled out a coach and say, okay, you direct me, show me where my weaknesses are, and let me maybe try to make some improvements and learn how to do certain things that I maybe need to work on.
I could see how he could have an argument where, well, sure, I've lost some fights lately. We all do, and I've got older, but really my game plan has always been, I'm not preparing for my opponent. Whenever he brings to me, I will make my adjustments, and that worked for over 10 years of my career. I beat the shit out of everybody. So yeah, sure, lately I get caught here and there, but really, if you look at my track record, it's still pretty good for not preparing for a specific opponent and just being Fedor.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why I think that it's led to his thought process now, is because, again, the success that he had. But just little things like, not being accustomed to fighting in a cage. And then I think that really became evident, he did so many years of fighting in a boxing ring.
Right.
That when he first came over to the States, and then, in Strikeforce and now Bellator, fighting inside of a cage gave him a hard time. And you still don't see him really making any improvements. And even in some of his workout videos and things you see and things you talk to people, it's like, oh, so is he working on that? They're like, no.
Isn't it weird when you hear like the guy like Mark Hunt and people like that, where some people tell me that they don't really train, or I don't really want to be on the ground that much, and I'm like, yeah, but the guy that you're gonna fight is totally into being on the ground with you. You don't want to like invest in getting up from that, or not? I feel like I find it hard to believe, because I never saw Mark Hunt say, I'm not going on the, I don't want to go on the ground. Or,
no, and Mark Hunt's actually a good example of somebody that goes, well, I have my strengths, I'm going to keep it there. But you can see in his fights, he knows how to stop shots. He's improved on getting up to his feet.
He definitely did.
He's not easy to hold down. I mean, very few people, if anybody, ever takes him down at will and holds him down. Even in his last fight against Curtis Blades, you've seen him doing the proper things, knowing how to walk up against the cage, put his back there, posting properly, turning up. That didn't just come by accident. That came from him training it and getting the fight to his strengths, which is acceptable. Not everybody has to like all aspects of the game, and we're all different athletes. We're going to be good and more proficient at certain aspects than others, but because it's an open format and you can fight in all these different areas, you have to be good at bringing it back to where you do want to keep it.
Well, you feel I feel like he's not super fast at the start unless you pressure him. Like he waits to do something, he tries to read you, and sometimes I would say the only critique I have of you, which I feel uncomfortable saying because I know that you're 1,000 times better and more experienced than I, but sometimes you would start slow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're a really big guy, like I only need a couple of punches if you're not going to stop, but I don't see him as he doesn't come flying out aggressive and attack people. I feel like you both get time to measure each other, which makes it more exciting for me, because I feel like, as I said, you kick way more, you're sneakier with all that shit now, and I don't see a lot of improvement with Fedor. I can comfortably say that, and I feel like there's that sneaky stuff that you have, and he has to be worried about being on the ground with you. He has to.
Well, I mean, we've had, as far as he's hit the ground with some of the guys now, like Verdum. I think Verdum and I are two people you can compare as far as being pretty good on the ground as far as jiu-jitsu wise.
I think you're worse for some reason. I feel like you're, just because of those videos where you pull those dudes' arms off. I feel like you're very mean.
Yeah, I think Verdum has a very clean jiu-jitsu game, but I think that submission wise, as far as just catch wrestling, I think that I have a little bit of an edge. So
right.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad we all agree. That way I don't have to get my fucking arm pulled off. So what about all the other stuff? Because I feel like you're a good announcer and shit. Do you is Bellator plan on taking care of you? Do you see yourself moving on and being involved in MMA that way, or that doesn't interest you?
No, actually it interests me greatly. And actually for the last about year and a half I've been doing, I do the broadcasting with for ACB, and I do it alongside my broadcast brother Brian Posey.
What's ACB?
ACB is the Absolute Championship of Berkut.
Do I watch that, Eddie? Which one's that? Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. I watch everybody. I just don't even know which anymore. I just watch people page.
We don't do a lot of interviews. It's just fight after fight after fight after fight. But it's me and Brian calling them.
So does that mean that later on you'd be looking to move up to Bellator and do that gig, or?
Yeah, my opportunities. Obviously I can't fight forever. And I think commentary is an easy fit. So right now I'm very happy with the ACB commentary crew and working with Brian. And that's one thing actually I think that is kind of important. And that's one thing I think that Joe Rogan and Goldberg had very well, is that they worked well with each other.
Yeah.
And I think now that's kind of missing with the different guys that they're trying to put in and move around, and they're finding out that there's no one magic individual.
Right.
They're very much of a banter between two people that really makes a crew.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. I feel like even when you're all the new guys, I feel like a lot of guys in the UFC particularly, I'm like, man, you just keep pulling great announcers out of your ass. Like some of these guys are gold mines, I feel like, and they're just MMA dudes, and I'm like, you keep that guy. That guy's great. Like Dominic Cruz, DC as well. They blow my mind how good they are. But I watch when they try to put them all together. You can tell there's a little. They're like, I gotta make adjustments to what I usually am. It does make it a little bit more difficult.
Of working with the same guy over and over again.
Sure, well, it's the exact same thing as radio. There's been a number of times where they go, okay, this guy's got a huge show, and this guy's got a huge show. We'll just stick them together. And guess what? It rarely works.
Yeah, that's psychology in all team-ups. I mean, if you think about it, whatever sport you play, that's why guys trade, move around, because there's certain chemistries that work together and certain that don't. And it's not necessarily one guy. We've seen it before where people sit there and they spend every dollar to go ahead and have a dream team and put it together. I remember it was the late 90s when they tried to put the Washington Redskins, the football team, and they really tried to put every all-star guy on the team. It was Deion Sanders and everybody else, and really turned out to be a bust. It didn't work out that well because all these personalities did not play well together. And so I think that just works. The psychology of meshing together in anything that requires teamwork isn't necessarily like, well, we'll get the best guy at this and the best guy at that. I'm like, well, they might necessarily be the best teamed up together.
It's like you can't have too many superstars on one team.
Right.
I feel like me and Eddie, we work together great as a team. We spar each other, and he punches me in the face, and I miss. It's a great team. We work together, synchronized.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly. I go home, and I don't know what the fuck happened, and he's laughing on the way home. That's how we work together. We dance.
Now, Fred, obviously, you believe that you're going to win this heavyweight, championship. If you were not a part of it, who would you bet on to win the whole thing?
You know what? I think actually Ryan Bader, even though he's a light heavyweight champ, I think has a strong chance of winning the whole thing. I think Fedor is still very dangerous and explosive and quick, but on the other side of the bracket, I think Ryan has a complete package. He's a hard hitter. He's very well rounded as far as MMA fighter. Strong wrestling background, great conditioning. Is able to really grind it out if it's necessary in fights. So I think that he's one of the guys right now that's more of a pain for everybody to fight.
And is he the worst matchup for you? Is there somebody you particularly do not want to see?
No one's really a bad matchup. Probably the guy that would have been the most difficult matchup-wise, because we've trained so many times together, would be Roy. We fought together.
Oh, so wow.
It's one of those things where you know somebody. I'm sure you've experienced that before. You train with somebody enough times in the gym, and you kind of just know each other so well that it's like, there's no more secrets, no more tricks.
Is that a weird, when you train with someone, then I make you feel like you're a pretty solid friend with the guy almost, and you're gonna, try to bash his head, and does it get weird when it's
it does,
when you know each other that long?
It does get a little weird, especially more or less for the people around you, because it kind of gets to that time where it's time to do battle, and all of a sudden you start seeing mutual friends like, okay, well, which after party are you going to?
Oh, wow. Fuck. Yeah, I didn't even...
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, well, hey, you're my buddy. Yeah, but I'm his buddy too. I'm like, shit, well, so you got to pick one or the other, so...
Wow, yeah, I never got close enough to think about that situation, but yeah, that'd be weird with your mind watching people before the fight happens. I don't want to watch teammates make decisions that might not be backing me. Like, I don't want to hear that the day or before where they're, I'm going to be hanging out with... I'm like, wait, you're going to be hanging out with... we're all cool, but I'm fighting him tomorrow. Like, that's weird.
Cool with most of the guys. We fight each other. We're all in the same business. And
I know.
I make the joke that, if they pulled the power 5 minutes before the fight, and we all had to go to the bar next door, and, they call it... who do you think I'd probably be having a beer with? Probably the guy that I'm getting ready to fight. I have the most in common with. And so, but it's a business, and it's also, too, it's a competition. We like fighting, and it takes two. And so, but, when Roy is probably the guy that I had fought that we had the most ties. And I was like, man, I don't want to do this again. This is weird. In fact, during the fight, one of his cornermen was actually a groomsman in my wedding.
Oh, man.
So talk about really crossing lines. Like, I remember just sitting there looking across and seeing James. I'm like, that's weird. That guy was at my wedding. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. If you get to these positions, the Kimura and stuff, where it's starting to come back and you know that thing's going to break, if it's somebody like Big Country, are you more up to be like, hey man, like it's checkmate, come on?
There is more of a sparring element to it. It kind of throws you off a little bit. I'm not going to deny that.
Well, it's got to.
If you watch the fight, actually, with me and Roy, there's a point where in the third round, we're against the cage, our sides, and you see me throw a really vicious overhand elbow, and I smash him hard. And I actually, I don't know if it was one of the personnel, cage side, oh my God, she made some kind of exclamation, like, oh, damn. Yeah. And I remember it made me look up, and you can actually watch the fight, see me land the elbow, and then I look up and I look at him like, hey, are you okay? Almost kind of like we were training.
Right.
Like,
you forgot for a second.
Yeah, this is real. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let me go back to hitting you. You know?
Man.
But like in a sparring match, when you're sparring with your buddies, you land a good shot because we're throwing full blast.
Right.
But if you land something, you kind of make sure you're okay. Like,
right.
Hey, are you still there? I'm not going to throw another one.
Right.
And I actually did that during the fight.
Wow.
I, for a second, forgot that, we're not sparring. This is real.
Yeah, that is a lot of sparring with somebody when in a real fight you were accidentally forgot.
Yeah, reset. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, he didn't say... Yeah, that would be confusing for him, too. Like, did he just say sorry for that? Like, what the fuck? He probably didn't hear that because of the brain damage you gave him.
Speaking of teammates, I was wondering what your thoughts were on the whole fracas that went down with Conor McGregor and the Khabib team and stuff like that. From your perspective...
Well, I think it started out as a really good marketing ploy. I thought that...
From the start?
Yeah, from the start.
You mean the Atom thing? You think that was a part of it as well?
Yeah, I think that little scuffling back and forth. I think, and then Conor jumping in a plane, coming down to the press conference. I think it started out correctly. You know what I mean? Like,
do you know? Just sorry to jump in real quick, but I'm dying to get an answer on when a Russian puts his hand on the side of your face, and does the little slap on the face. Is that because I know you've been to Russia? You know you have a lot of Russian friends. Is that a thing? What is that a disrespectful thing?
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
Okay, so when he did that to Adam, like psh, on the face, he was disrespecting him with all his boys there. Like, psh, you're not gonna do shit, dude. Like we're all here, and I'm putting you in check, right? Okay. I was making. I wasn't sure. I'm not Russian, but I'm like, I feel like what he just did right then, because it almost looked like he liked him. Like, hey, brother, I like it. I'm like, sense that slap was a disrespectful slap.
It was a kind of a, what would be the equivalent of us, but kind of me putting my hand on your shoulder and like, all right, boy, you know what I mean?
Right. It's okay because that's what it seemed like. It was like two Russian guys talking, and he was like, I'm putting you in check right now.
Yeah, and so I took it that way too. But it seemed very good banter back and forth. I mean, I think up to the point to where if he showed up at the press conference, I mean, I think the UFC had a gold mine on their hands, as far as marketing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm like, hey, this
if they had
well.
just discussed and not punched each other, yes, it would have been.
But then, obviously it went off the rails when the bus got attacked, and that's where it just it went too far.
And do you think that was planned?
I don't know.
But you would not be surprised.
It seemed like there was a little bit of knowing of what was going on. The fact that a lot of cameras were there. It seemed like it was the UFC had, there's a lot of footage that seemed to be very aware that he was going to be in the loading dock. So I don't know how much heads up they had, but it didn't seem like people were caught completely unaware. But as far as him running over and grabbing a dolly to throw it through the window,
right, we all know.
Obviously that wasn't planned. So I feel at some point it kind of lost its...
He seems like the kind of guy that could kind of lose script and fly off the handle.
But that's a part that really just still I don't understand what happened, because it's not like Conor hasn't had to do press tours, stand toe to toe with somebody he's getting ready to fight, talking shit. You know what I mean? He's done it before with Jose Aldo.
Yeah.
Grabbing the belt, he's stood face to face with Mayweather on several occasions leading up to the fight, talking trash. Without crossing that line.
But I didn't believe that there was actual hatred there. I feel like Khabib and Conor have annoyed each other, and I don't even think it's them personally that have annoyed each other. I think their fans have annoyed them personally enough to the point where they hate each other. I really don't think
there's a lot of truth to it. Yeah.
I actually posted something on Instagram to get a rise from everybody because the guy did this and he did that, and somebody sent me photos of Khabib in the bus looking like he was behind his security, and I'm like, look at him, he's ducking. And I explained my theory on, I think Connor saw that video of Artem and came flying over to New York to back him up like a moron. I'm not backing it, but I'm saying that's my team, my gym. You're fucking with my boy. I'm coming because I train at Saxon's with Eddie, and we're not. None of us at the. That the best guy is Joban, and if Joban was at an MMA thing, and I was just standing. I'm friends with Joban. He's always been nice to me, but I know that, especially like Eddie. Eddie's spent time. We spent time giving each other brain damage. Like I'm giving my body to you. So if you get in a fight I don't want to fight anybody. But if somebody was punching Ellen Joban, I'd probably be in there, and I don't know. I just would have to. So I get why team people do that weird shit, but I feel like.
And they also had a lot of time to think about it. That's why I feel like.
And they had a shower. They came out of it. They all looked like they didn't go from the airport to the locker. I feel like they all went to a hotel, had a shower, and then all met. So yeah, there's no rage.
There's a 6-hour flight.
Right. It's hard to stay angry.
They edited it for looked like for a second he got out of the airport and got on a and they all went to the.
Yeah, no.
But no, he fucking went to a hotel.
That's why I felt like it was more calculated and thought out.
Yeah.
It started out that way. I think, like I said, that somewhere it went off the rails. I think real emotions, like you're pointing out, probably got involved. And then, and that's the one thing about if they really wanted to fight each other, and if at that point of Connor, he could have went out with a whole different narrative. He could have showed up and said, hey, I'm here to fight you. We're all professional fighters. We're under the same banner. We're all in the same weight class. I can legally and get paid to punch you in the face right now.
Yeah.
It isn't like you're some troll on the internet where I can't get to you.
Right.
It's like we're fighters. We have a very accessible means in which to go ahead and kick the shit out of each other.
But it seems like they both want to fight now, and they both sort of brag about how they're both okay with doing it right now and anywhere that isn't in the octagon, and doesn't matter how many people are involved. They're okay with it. Whether one's telling the truth or not, I actually believe both of them. I believe that they're both insane warriors. And that's what happens, man. Like, I keep hearing, like, I'm from this, I've seen that. You probably have, dude. I probably have no idea. And yes, you are the greatest fighter in that weight class. No, to me, I love Conor, but that dude is it's the wrong guy to fuck with. It's built for MMA, and it's built to hold you down and wear you out.
Or Khabib.
Yeah, I feel like Conor has a better striking and that power thing, and he could land it. But like, if I had to gunpoint money, dude, you got to be joking me. Like, it really leans towards Khabib.
No, I agree with you. if they fought 10 times, I think that Khabib's going to win.
There you go.
Do I think Conor, because he's so explosive, that left hand of his?
There's something
could it
there.
Land? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen it do. We've seen Michael Johnson land a punch.
Right.
Had Conor land that same punch,
Might be
Khabib's
different.
in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? Conor, he throws home runs. But, as we all know in MMA, it's like, all right, landing that strike versus the proficiency and the more efficient double leg takedown of Khabib. And when Khabib takes you down, that's a beating. You know what I mean? That's actually why even in this whole scuffle of everything, Ala Quinta actually earned a lot of my respect. I knew the guy was a talented martial artist, but for a guy who wasn't training for a wrestler, wasn't training for 5 rounds, he finally actually made Khabib look a little bit more mortal than anybody else has. Up until this point, Khabib just brutalizes everybody, and he lost completely to Khabib, but he didn't get destroyed nowhere near as badly as Khabib's last opponents.
It's funny you give him credit when I feel like other people were sort of saying that Khabib was having a bad night and not giving Al any credit.
I think you gotta give Al credit. I think his stance threw Khabib off. I think that he throws hard punches. He has good hands. It kept Khabib honest. And the fact Khabib's shot wasn't coming off as easy as he wanted it to, I think that really, instead of being on the negative going, well, Khabib didn't do as good, I'm like, why don't you give this guy at Quinta some credit, man? The guy fucking brought his A game, and that was on short notice. Really, this guy, I think, should move up and not, taking down away from Khabib.
Would you mean that he exposed him? That Al exposed Khabib?
I think he just made Khabib look, like I said, mortal. At this point, Khabib has just looked like at this point, if you Khabib has looked like it's like not just the best fighter in the world, but like just head and shoulders. Like, okay, up until last Saturday, we've had to talk about was like, well, Michael Johnson landed one punch on him.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, it's like he landed a shot. Someone actually hit him. You know what I mean?
And that's a magic thing, not just in fighting, but in any sport, is when you take the mystique away. When you'll see it in the playoffs all the time, where a team looks like they're going to steamroll to a championship, basketball, football, whatever, and then somebody takes them to 7, and you saw them sweat, and that alone makes the next team go, these guys are human.
And the crazy thing is that it wasn't like it was even a close fight.
No.
Khabib still, I mean, it was, a no-brainer. Like, Khabib won every round dominantly, and we're talking about like, well, he didn't get, it didn't brutalize.
We looked at it as short notice one day, not giving Al any credit, and most other egotistical guys at his thing would be desperately trying to end the fight to send a message. And I felt like it made him even more scary because he wasn't. He was like, no, I'm gonna get the belt. That's what I'm gonna do.
He fought smart still.
Yeah, if you want me to like go balls out and finish this dude in 30 seconds so that I can be the next Conor, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm gonna keep that belt, which made me feel like nobody's ever gonna.
No, like I said, besides Conor landing a shot
or Tony, I still want to give. I would give Tony more of a chance than Conor.
Actually, I kind of agree with you on that one.
Just because I think
Tony has more of a slick game on the ground.
He likes being there.
Yeah, and his resilience there to move around.
Right.
And the other thing too is I think Conor is such an explosive. He's probably the most powerful as far as athletes.
Yeah.
Quick twitch fiber.
You can tell by the way he stands. It's freaky. He's got a freaky power.
Yeah, he hits
toe
hard.
balance thing. He's got
pound for pound. He's probably one of the most explosive athletes in MMA. Right. But I think that he does get fatigued.
Okay.
You see that he does kind of get tired, which is
kind of
understandable.
freaky how that happens.
He's just not built for 25 minutes a minute. He's not an endurance guy.
Right.
So that being said, Ferguson is. He can survive and go on where, I think that, he's going to have a much more difficult time, Conor, of trying to survive in the 3rd round and fight back. Where I think Tony can get beat up for 5 rounds and still be in the 5th round fighting back.
I also feel like if Conor's getting dragged around on his back, getting pounded out, I feel like all I'm waiting for is a chance for Conor to get back up, when I feel like Tony, I'm waiting for that and many submission attempts.
Yeah, he could roll for that Darce. He hits from the bottom so slick. There's a lot of things. And that's the part, too, where I think maybe Conor doesn't want the fight as much as, people might be thinking, is that, to lose to Khabib is a brutal way to lose. I mean,
Right.
that's a highlight reel that, you're going to get held down.
He's going to say
brutally
stuff. Especially
punched,
Conor. You're going to be
mashed in the face. I mean,
he will expose himself for that win. Like, Khabib would do everything and even become unprofessional, I believe, in beating him, because that's one of Conor's assets. Is he's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, that's going to be a stomping. I mean, getting choked out by getting submitted by a submission specialist, it's over with. It's almost like getting caught by a clean knockout.
And he tapped, and he can just move
tap,
on.
get over. But to sit there, it's almost kind of like, well, now you got to tap from strikes or keep on taking.
You can't do that.
And tapping from strikes is just kind of the worst thing in our sport. People hate to do that.
Yeah.
I felt like GSP.
Joanna had to deny that.
I felt like GSP was an accidental one. Like he was kind of like with his hand did a little thing on his back. We were talking about it was Matt Serra got him. I feel like he kind of.
No, I think he tapped his strikes, yeah. And that's actually what kind of killed GSP a little bit for a while. A lot of people were like, wow. And even his interview, remember, afterwards, like, oh, I thought I was going to die. Thankfully, I got...
Oh, okay, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it was some things he said afterwards. It was like, whoa. And I think that we even thought about Joanna.
Absolutely, and she denied it, and she looked like she tapped. For sure.
I looked at the video over again. I'm like, because even when it happened live, when Joanna rolled to her knees in the first fight with Rose, she clapped the ground. I'm like, oh, she just tapped from strikes.
And
as
the only
a fighter,
thing
we look for that. I'm like, oh, you just tapped from strikes.
Well, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, what's even worse than tapping from strikes is then later denying that you tapped from strikes.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to deny someone it's on video. It's like, well, then what was that? What were you doing?
I mean, she was borderline unconscious.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. That's a straight tap. I mean, you take your hand off your head and you clap the mat twice. I mean,
it is kind of crazy. It is crazy to still have especially to know, look, I've only had 2 and they're not real. I'm old and I just wanted to feel like you guys one time. So I really got in there. And the last one, I really got beaten up bad. I was like, I don't even know where I am. And I was doing things that I didn't know. I wasn't sure. And at one point I was like, I'm just going to get woken up in a minute. This is the bit where, because I'm trying to reach for him. I can't see. I don't know where I am. So I'm like, okay, this is any minute now. It's going to be like, hey man, good shot. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay. But I didn't ever think I just kept thinking, find him, find it, get it, you know what I mean? Find a way to get out. I didn't ever think, like, hey, stop me from one more hit. And you're really good at it. I never had a chance of being, you know what I mean? I didn't go in the gym and be like, bah, 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 bah. Everyone's like, man, you're a nightmare. No one ever said that to me. So, you know what I mean? Like, this for someone who's obviously been a nightmare to hundreds of people her whole life, and you get dinged a couple times and you stop, like, come on.
Let me ask a really dumb question. I'm sure you guys all know the answer to this, but I think the consensus is what you're saying, Frank, that everything about the Conor thing was probably PR until he throws the dolly. But isn't that the part that everybody's talking about? Isn't that the cherry on top? Isn't that the part that makes him a self-promoting genius? If he just shows up and goes, we all know who the real champ is at the press conference, sure, it's big news in the MMA world, but is it the top story on SportsCenter that night?
I mean, you're right. I mean, to a point, it is a bigger story, but I mean, it also, because it falls into that whole train wreck. I think, I think
an actual criminal act.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was way more costly. Did it get more clicks? Is it more newsworthy? Yes, but as far as what it had to gain to what he has, risk to reward, gain to loss.
See,
I don't think it was worth the gain.
I would argue different. I feel like him with the fines that he has to pay Chiesa and all those people, when it's all said and done, all the money he has to give everybody for all that stuff, how much more money would he make when he fights Khabib in Russia from making it the biggest fight in the history of MMA because he threw that thing in there and acted like such a fucking idiot? In the end, would the check add up to all the money that he had to give all those people for that fuck up?
Who knows, man? Because I mean,
it might be close though, or it might actually be. I don't know.
You got Ray Borg who's still having eye problems. I mean, you might be talking about a guy who's never going to fight again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god!
So I mean,
that
throwing that thing in there. I mean, you're telling me you took out an athlete who's going to say, "Hey, for the rest of my career, I can't fight anymore."
God.
Okay, but that's not the math that he did in his brain. Assuming he's doing assuming he's doing any math at all, he's thinking, "I'm going to throw this thing through the window." He's not thinking, "I'm going to blind some unrelated person." Maybe he should be thinking that, but that's not what I would be thinking in that.
Well, I mean, I think that he could have very easily walked inside the press conference. And this isn't my idea. Actually, we were talking about this on my podcast. Richard Hunter, actually, my on Phone Booth Fighting, he said this. He goes, "Wouldn't this have been better?" He walks into the press conference. They know he's coming in there. He walks in there and goes, "Hey, I'm here on one day's notice. You want to act a fool and challenge my teammates? I'm here. I'm going to fight you. I'm here right now. I'll go ahead and, we're fighters. Let's fight." They're right then and there. And then, you know what? They won't make the fight anyway.
Right.
He has an outfit.
But it's enough to do the buzz, you think?
The whole buzz. They have a whole cutscene of him challenging Khabib freaking out, them both going back and forth, but they don't touch each other. Everybody's going to keep them separated. They'll be screaming and yelling, maybe a chair or two tossed around, but nobody gets hit.
Right.
Just a little bit of that pushing, shoving, scramble. And then the commission comes in and goes, obviously, on one day's notice, you can't sanction this fight. And then now, Alaquinta steps in, but, Conor's going to be the immediate opponent right afterwards, and then now the buzz is going for it, and this fight's made in 4 or 5 months. Now, when is this? I mean, they're going to fight each other, but now, I mean, he has to go through not only the criminal court system of the assault charges, he has to deal with now the athletic commission, because he's going to get a fine and who knows what kind of suspension from them, which all the other athletic commissions are going to honor. He could get a year's suspension and a fine off of them, and then still dealing with the civil lawsuit of whatever comes from the other guys that are damaged from this.
Well, and then Dana says he doesn't want to work with him anymore.
Yeah, nobody believes that, right?
No, I'm sorry, but I mean, he's too much. I mean, he's the money cow. I mean, come on,
Right.
Conor. I mean, and that's just how the world works.
Yeah.
When you're a commodity, you get away with more things than the rest of us.
Yeah, I don't even blame him. Like I feel like I'll draw the line at, like, if you hit a woman, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't really like Mayweather. If Mayweather's like, "Hey man, I'd rather just do Ellis Mania from now on," I'd be like, "That's cool, man, but I don't need your rape money." Sorry, I know that's harsh, but I really don't like people that think that it's in any way cool to put hands on a woman, or that you've done like some sort of really heavy shit.
Yeah, but
okay, I don't want your money, but he's not. He's just like a dumbass. I don't think Conor's... He's an idiot. An egotistical moron who's really good at fighting. I don't think he maliciously... Like you said, he didn't try to do that. He's just a fucking idiot. And pretty unlucky, too. Like that throw...
He needs to realize, and just... I wish he would figure out that he's no longer that poor kid that lives in the ghettos of Ireland. It's like, no, now you're a millionaire. People are going to sue you. You know, you're gonna, you know, you no longer have nothing to lose. You have a lot to lose, and you got to start walking around with a guy that has shit to lose and thinking ahead on situations.
Didn't he punch some Irish mobster as well? He doesn't really. I don't think that dude really cares.
Which is sad because, I mean, in a lot of ways, I mean, a lot of our youth is going to look up to him because he's the number one guy in our sport. And I hope that for all the good things he's bringing, people are going to start paying attention to bad, you know.
Yeah, you know, I really agree to that. I feel like he has done a lot because I liked him as someone who just believed in himself and made something happen for himself.
He created the Mayweather fight. That was all him. I give him full credit for that. I was one of the doubters, the naysayers, when they said, "Oh, they're going to make a fight," you know, Mayweather and Conor. I'm like, it ain't happening. Right. It's never going to happen. I agree. First and foremost, I was in front of the line going, bullshit, never happens. He made that happen. You know, I mean, Dana White didn't want that to happen. No one wanted that to happen. He made that happen. That's impressive. I mean, that single-handedly made himself $100 million.
Yeah, he might have over-impressed himself.
Yeah, I mean, well, genius and insanity, right?
I mean, but can't you next door to each other? Can you not relate to it a little bit when you were the UFC champ and you were like super young and it was all like real fast? You know, you're one of the first when MMA was becoming something big, and you were the heavyweight champ. I remember meeting you. You don't fucking remember me. I was just in a club and I was like, "Fuck me, that guy. That's the champ right there." And, you know, you left and it was like, "That's the fucking champ." He left, and you were young. And I know what it's like to be young and a little bit famous. Have you seen? Were you a bit of an asshole in your early?
You know what? No? The advantages I had was that when I was at the top, the sport was nowhere near as what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and then also too, you know, I got married at a young age and a very good relationship with my wife. So I think everybody has to have that person in their life that has no fear of calling them on their shit. And I don't know if Conor has that person. My wife knows that, you know, everybody else can sit there and go, "Hey man, that's fucking great," and my wife can go, "That's fucking bullshit. What are you thinking?" And she knows she's not getting fired, she's not going to get left, and she can go ahead and say, and we can be pissed at each other. At the end of the day, she's still my wife.
Right.
So I kind of always had that voice of reason that can sit there and cut through where, you know, and I think people need that. I think anybody who gets any kind of fame and especially high caliber athletes, anybody who's willing to be able to suspend facts.
Right.
You know, and that's why I tell people, you know, I feel bad sometimes for, like, you know, a John Jones or a Conor that make decisions, because the same brain that allows them to become world champions, the same brain that allows me to walk into a cage against some of the people that I've walked in the cage with, allows me to sit there and go, "Hey, do you see the odds? Yeah, they're not very good, right? Fuck it, let's go." Right? That same brain is the same guy that goes, "Hey, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. I'll be okay. I'll make it. I can do it." It's like, well, wait a minute. You shouldn't get behind the wheel of the car. You shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. It's hard for us to differentiate, okay, that risk-taking brain, that mindset is good here, bad here. Our brains don't know the difference. It's like, oh, this is scary. Fuck it. I'm going to run right into it.
Well, and that's the same impulse. I've seen that a lot of times in business. I know people who are in companies where they make just untold hundreds of millions of dollars, and then the CEO goes down in some dumb scandal or something, and it's like, "Oh, he made all that money. Why was he so stupid?" You're like, it's the exact same stupid brain 100%. That made him the money is the stupid brain 100%. That destroyed him.
So tell him to watch that next time I get in trouble.
Yeah,
I'm doing this whole spiel next time I get in trouble. You see, the thing is, Katie, is my mind, the athletical mind, the things in the risk that I've taken, that was a risk.
There is some truth to it. Honestly, I mean, I know it sounds...
No, I'm backing it. I'm just going to make it work for my advantage, though. I got to go. We're going to wind up. Thanks for being on the show. Best of luck with the fight, dude. Anytime if you're ever in LA, please come in. I'm a huge fan. We love you.
Right. Fedor versus Frank Mir. Bellator 198 takes place in Illinois Saturday, April 28th, airing on the Paramount Network.
Thanks, everybody. Don't die. Thanks, Frank. That was awesome. You hang out with TJ in Vegas a little bit, right?
A lot.
Yeah. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah. His wife and my wife are way too similar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
We're like sisters sometimes. We hang out and we're just like, oh, man. We know each other's pain.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So does that mean she trains in that garage thing that he has?
No. My wife goes to the gym.
Not that deep? He's got some weird gym, man. In his house. I don't even know what it is.
I gotta get ready for strength and conditioning.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, in the valley.
Hell.
I know, right?
Take care, friend. See you next time, buddy.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Did you valet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me get you a sticker.